Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to What's Left of Us, the D&D live play stream that we do monthly here on the channel. It has been, as per usual, one hell of a month, and we are back with more TTRPG gameplay. As per usual, I'm going to give a little bit of a warning pre-game. D&D is a game based mostly on conflict, and so there will be lots of that, either social conflict and or actual physical conflict. So if any of that seems like it's too much for any of you, please take the time to leave now. What else we got here? Let's give a big thank you to Pronouns in My Bio, Sam, our lovely mod, who will be taking care of chat today. If you have any questions, you can ask him and or hold your questions until after the stream, when we will be having our live talk show at the end, our table talk about what happened in the episode. So don't forget to save up your questions for that. Our release schedule is we normally do our VODs come out basically as soon as they can. I basically edit the VOD almost immediately and try to get it out on YouTube as fast as I possibly can. And then after that, we have a bunch of little goodies put out around a couple of places, specifically our Anchor page, which is where our audio podcast is, and all of our additional little audio goodies are that you can get by subscribing. And if you happen to be already subscribing either here on Twitch or via the Patreon or Ko-Fi or on Anchor already, you can also go into our Discord and link those accounts, and you will be given a special room where I will give you all those anyway. So you won't be missing out just because you're a Twitch subscriber. I'm not going to make you subscribe to like 3 different places. That would be weird. Let's pass over to our party. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
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 There we go. Perfect. Everyone is here. Jinx is being represented by her hand today, which is perfect. We will see all of Jinx's rolls and all of her lovely dice. Man, a dice cam is such a good idea. However, I cheat all of my rolls, so I don't want that to be seen. Right.
Emery will remember that.
Emery will remember this, exactly. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Last time on D&D, hardcore music plays. Our heroes were resurrected from the dead and dealt with the consequences of that, mentally at the very least, and decided to go poking around. And what they found was they were the only ones who noticed the loop and or the horrific conditions on the outside of the chew, in that there were ghosts clinging to it and screaming, and there was a vortex and lots of mist, and it was going way faster than it should, etc., etc. Through careful prodding, they found that yes, indeed, no one else on the train seems to have noticed. They decided to continue their mission to see if they can get to the engine, for at the very least to gather knowledge about the train itself. They got into a conflict with the head of security of the train, who proved to be an extremely powerful adversary. However, she was eventually overcome and decided to flee out what she thought was a normal train, getting torn to shreds in the process as she leapt off of it. Pardon me, chew. Trains don't exist. From there on, discovering the engine, the party discovered several things. First of all, the engine is run by a captive fire spirit that can be deadly if mismanaged. They also found that if they were to merely slow the train in an attempt to get off of this nightmare, they also die. And so, oh wait, one last thing I forgot. There is a tiny invisible person somewhere on this train. We don't know where. Finally, the train was broken, and it slowly slowed to a stop and was once again consumed, and our party members were once again in the ethereal plane, where they were treated to, yet again, visions. These visions were slightly elevated from the last time. It seems you are gaining more information as time goes on. What that information pertains to, you guys aren't sure of yet, but hopefully you may not have to see them ever again. And so we are once again back on the chew with an attendant asking Rathgurther for her weapon.
I grow weary of these games.
Ma'am, this is just a weapons check. We haven't actually started the games yet. The game times will be later on this evening in the observation car.
I look towards the crowd and try and find like the party members in it.
Indeed, you're all mostly clumped together.
This is tiresome. We relive the same events again and again.
Okay, I'm glad to know that I wasn't just experiencing a serious case of deja vu. So, that's how many times now? At least twice that we've gone back to the beginning.
This would be around
Correct.
3, I think.
Yep.
Okay, that's very
Fantastic.
strange. Well, I've never encountered this before. What do you think, Rathgurther? What should we do this time? You are a brave warrior.
This confounds me. I have never encountered a situation such as this.
Are the attendants still listening to us?
Yeah, they've slowly started backing away though.
I'm just completely ignoring them and just
We're just-
yeah.
We're too weird for them. Just be gone.
Right. It just like last time, I think you kind of stumbled onto the fact that these attendants aren't paid enough to deal with something of this nature. They're just like, not my monkey, not my zoo. They'll be fine. Listen, these are
They'll be
people who were on the first run of this mighty chew. It's certainly not going to be causing trouble.
No, never.
Rathgurther, I think last time I offered you and Vernon a chance to do history checks to see if you can understand the nature of what's happening here. I can offer that again because you go in another round, basically,
Sure.
and you've experienced more.
I love rolling dice. All right.
10, baby.
10,
let's see,
nice.
I got. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I lost it. Where'd it go?
Oh, there you go.
8.
You rolled a mighty 8 plus
Legend.
whatever your history check is.
He actually opened D&D Beyond like a real person.
Where's that dice go? There it is.
Let's see
Way over here.
Boo-doo-doo-doo. All right, this is awkward. Just move on from me, and then I will tell you.
Quite. So the train is still rattling quickly. You can see it's going at quite a clip. And through the mist, every once in a while, you catch glimpses of places you've absolutely never been before.
It was
Every
a
once in a
9, by
while,
the way.
it always changes. It was a 9 in total. Okay. Yeah. So neither of you really get a full picture.
Okay.
Actually, wait, hold on. I think I got a 10. I think a 10 is enough to gain something this time around. 9 isn't, but a 10 might be. Yeah, it won't be the whole thing. But Rathgurther, you remember, somehow you can decide how you remember this, but there is a story of a great iron behemoth that wanders the land scooping up lost souls.
I just had a memory, though I'm not certain how it's relevant. I've heard tell of a giant iron
Do go
behemoth that wanders the plane of the dead, scooping up souls.
Have
Perhaps
we been
this
scooped?
choo-choo is one such behemoth.
Okay, but
Are we scooped? Scooped souls?
yeah, I mean, like, we were alive when we got on the train, so...
As far as we know, we could have been dead the whole time.
This is an outrage. No one scoops Rathgurther.
All
I need that on a
right.
shirt.
Well, I'm gonna like lean over to Tim and be like, "Hey, do you still have that note that the dude in the engine room gave you?"
Yeah, I pull it
See?
out of my pocket. And it says, I believe if I wrote it down, it says that Tim and her friends are allowed to go to the engine room.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking, like, it was the whole thing last time, right? Where
Mhm.
I think we just go cut that shit off at the pass, like, first thing.
I don't understand. What does that mean?
Okay,
What are we
well,
cutting off?
the train got messed up because of the fire spirit escaping, right?
Mhm.
So we just go in there and we make sure that doesn't happen again, just like the whole train ride, and it's gonna be annoying, but we just sit in there and we just make sure nothing goes wrong. And then maybe we get off the train when it gets to the destination. I don't know. Do we stay dead after this whole
But did
But-
we let the fire spirit out, or did
No,
it just
'cause I-
escape?
I
We
thought
just know
that
it
we
got
got
out.
it. I thought we put it back in, though.
Sure.
I didn't think that the fire spirit was actually the thing that caused. Was
No.
it?
No,
It
there
was the
was,
invisible
however,
person.
there was some sort of damage done as a
Right.
result of messing
because
around
it
with
was
it.
it got too big.
It got
Right.
bigger.
Oh,
Got big and hungry.
Let's go find that stowaway.
Okay. How do we? Can any of you see invisible people? Is that a thing that any of you can do?
No, but I think I might have an idea about how to deal with that.
Ooh. What's your idea?
Well, people can be invisible, but when you move through a space, you still leave hints of it behind.
Mm.
They can't hide their footprints. Coal's pretty dusty.
No, not true.
We go get some coal dust, we sprinkle it all over the place, and we wait.
Oh,
Ah, clever.
that's a real
Good
good
plan.
idea.
Much smarter than my idea of just wantonly spraying water and throwing flour everywhere.
I mean, listen, we can do that too, but we watched what happened when people got removed from the train. They also get removed from life. So I would not like to do anything that would jeopardize us being on the train.
Can we do a less flammable substance, though?
You know what? That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think if Tim has any like dirt or anything. Well, I guess I mean the flour idea isn't a bad idea. I mean, they've got to have
Yeah.
stuff to like cook and bake and
I
stuff,
think
so we can.
flour is also flammable. I think that's a thing I remember hearing at some point.
You would need, I think, a prodigious amount of flour, though.
Hmm.
Whereas
Does
coal
anybody
dust.
have a jar of mud?
Tim's got that grease thing.
Yeah, would
Oh yeah, also flammable.
is grease flammable? I know it is in
It's
some.
flammable. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, grease is flammable.
Water's not.
But again, not like catastrophically so.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have stuff, but like it's stuff that I use to like do magic stuff. So if we can use stuff that is not for magic, then I think that would be ideal.
Hmm.
Let me just rifle through my.
Has the
pockets.
train
I
left
think we
yet?
should just raid the kitchen. If we ask them for flour, then they have to give it to us. If we ask nicely. If we say please, they have to do it.
I don't think. I
No,
mean, it's,
I think they have a point. Yes, the kitchen. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
we could also say we could go in under the guise that we're there and we need a cup of flour, and for some reason, we're suddenly going at rapid speeds through. Yes, no, actually, it's probably just better to be simple about it. Actually,
yes. Hello, we're on the neighboring train, and we need some flour. Yeah, great
first
idea.
of its kind.
The neighbor train. It's like a sidecar situation. I
That's
mean,
right.
side chew situation.
Side chew.
There's
Yes,
a train attached
yes.
to another train.
All right,
Hmm.
to the kitchen. Should all of us go, or should it just be a couple of us? Because I don't know how big the kitchen is. It's probably not big enough for all of us.
Is there anybody who's proficient in cooking?
I am proficient in eating.
I
Yes,
just-
That
I
counts.
just
I
eat.
know.
I just eat like berries and stuff.
Okay. So, I'm hearing no chefs on board. All right. I suppose I could try to fake my way through it. Hasn't worked so far, but if it's all good with you folks, we could give it a go.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm sure there are other methods that it's probably not a bad idea to have a contingency plan either. Maybe Tim, you could head up and get that coal powder either way, just in case my plan falls through, because I don't want us to be, you know, up the creek without a paddle, so to speak.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely think at least some of us should head straight there, because who knows?
Okie doke.
Yes.
All right. So who is well, first of all, you all have to end up in the dining car. So let's head there first.
Okie doke.
Let's see here. I could just pull you all here, can't I? Ooh,
You have that power.
Summon.
I do have that power. Emery. That's Granny. I don't want Granny here. Malvers. Mathgurther. Tim. And Vernon, who was on the roof.
Here?
There you are. And there you all are. So once again, you are here earlier than is normal, right? The dinner will not be for another probably hour and a half or so, but food is already being kind of laid out. There are mostly snack foods right now, as is the want for the dining car. The dining car is made to serve snacks in between meals. And so you see people bustling in and out of what appears to be a kitchen, indeed. The head porter is standing nearby, for instance, overseeing a lot of this.
All right. So who's going to the engine and who's going to the kitchen?
I'm going to the engine room, but I would be lying if I said I want to see Vernon mess this up.
I shall protect Vernon in his endeavor in the kitchen.
Anybody else just want to watch?
Not really, but I don't want to be by myself, so I can stay.
No, it's fine. We can go. I'll
Right.
imagine it, and it'll be amazing.
Yes, indeed.
I'm
So-
sure Rathgurther will tell you all about it when you get back.
You
Yeah.
know
You
what?
do.
That's a good point. Yeah. Don't think we can get out of that one. Tally ho or whatever.
I'm placing your models here because it's the foregone conclusion that you will be there. But as you approach the door, the head porter does inquire as to what exactly you're doing. Oh, well, by the way, Maldris, are you going with the engine crew or are you staying here?
I think I'll go with the engine crew.
Dope.
Nice.
Let's do that.
Squad.
But the head porter is like, pardon, but guests aren't from the merchant car aren't generally allowed in the first class or forward.
Actually, we have a note from the. Ooh, did I get a name for the engine person? I don't know that I did.
The engineer signed his name. I don't think he ever
Yes.
gave it to you, but he did sign it.
Okay. I'm sure that I have looked at the note. What is this engineer's name?
So the engineer, in very you realize his penmanship is also not great. But his name is Bob.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
the engineer. I love him. Okay. Actually, Bob said that we're allowed to go visit him. I have this note. I'm Tim, and these are my friends.
Robert gave you a note.
His name is Bob, actually.
I believe, yes, he does call himself that. Yes, let me take a look here. Oh, that is very much his handwriting. Yes. Very well. Just try not to bother any of the first class passengers, please.
I never bother anybody. Okay, let's go.
Now we're going to stay in here, though, as Vernon and Rathgurther attempt whatever they're going to attempt.
Okay. So, Rathgurther, my idea is that I am a world-renowned chef. teaching you how to make bread. And for bread, you need flour. All of the other ingredients we have. But most of all, we need flour and water. Does this sound good to you?
It doesn't sound like particularly good bread, but yes.
Yes, I agree. There's probably more to it than bread and than wheat and water.
I am almost
than flour
certain.
and water. Yes, I. Do I need to read some cookbooks before I figure out if I want to go?
Oh, I would
through
read them
this?
for you, but alas, I never learned to read.
Oh, the tragedy. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yes. Well, I've been going about this whole adventure saying, let's just, fake it till we make it. And, even though I've dislocated a shoulder here or there, I feel like that's not a terrible way to approach this. So I'm going to walk over here and just tap on the kitchen door. I think that's the kitchen anyway.
That is the kitchen door, yes. And the head porter goes, excuse me, is there something you need from the kitchen?
Yes, actually, I am Vernon Fleming, world-renowned chef. I am showing my student here, Rathgurther, who you may also recognize, how to make bread. And in order to do so, to demonstrate something, I need flour and maybe a little bit of water. Can I possibly just bother you folks for a
Go
couple
ahead
of
and
ingredients?
Make me a deception check. Rathgurther, are you doing anything to aid in this, or are you?
I'm just kind of standing back, ready to jump in if I feel like the situation warrants it.
Okay. So, Vernon, go ahead and give me I just said it. Deception. Thank you very much. My brain.
Yep, no problem. Okay, let's see. So we've got a
I believe in you.
2 plus 6, which is 8. That's plus 6 charisma is not helping me at all.
Not at the moment.
Should have
No.
stayed to watch the train wreck. Oh well.
Yeah,
That's right.
I should start rolling with different dice.
Right. And so you need some bread making. It's all right. You are a guest aboard our place. We will be making you bread. All the bread you need, actually.
Well, yes, obviously, but the other thing is that I'd like to use this to possibly make some fun things for the rest of the voyage. Perhaps some slime or something of that nature. We could possibly go and make some slime using cornstarch and some flour. I don't know how it's actually made, but either way, believe me, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun activity for everybody to learn how to make slime.
Are you helping this time, Rathgurther? I don't know.
Rathgurther kind of quirks an eyebrow. She says, I believe what my teacher means to say is that there is much we can do with this flour.
Yes, I am trying to show off the versatility of flour.
Right.
And surely you wouldn't
bread
get in
and
the way of
slime.
education.
Yes. Thank you, Rathgurther. See, I'm not so good with the words.
Right. Okay, so here's this. I was going to give you a disadvantage, but I think Rathgurther probably saved you from that. So if you want to, you can make another deception check.
Okay. Here we go. D&D Beyond. If you screw me over this time. All right, 15 plus 6, which is 21.
There we go. That's much more like it.
Rathgurther really comes in handy.
Did the equivalent of I implore you to reconsider. Okay. And he goes, well, who am I to stand in the way of education? What harm could be done? I will have a word with the chef. One moment, please. And he opens the door, and immediately you hear like the sounds of pots and pans and stuff like that. So apparently there's a little bit of soundproofing that's going on here. And you hear like a muted conversation from the porter, and then just like this sort of like, what? There are people outside wanting to make bread, but I make the bread. Oh, I get to have a break. Well, then fine. But if they mess up my sous vide, I will destroy them. And then the head porter comes out and followed quickly by what appears to be the chef, which is a kind of portly but burly tiefling, blue. He's got he's still holding a frying pan for some reason. And he just looks at both of you and says, "You have the kitchen, but I'm watching."
Oh, thank you, my fellow craftsmen. Okay, let us go and gather this flour and water. Where's the
Indeed.
water, by the way, in here? Do you folks have what would be considered a plumbing in here?
Yeah, there's a pump inside.
Okay, cool, thank you. And then I just walk in with Rathgurther.
Right.
I don't know. Should we take a look around for other things as well, or just grab what we need and leave?
You can.
Spy on their shit.
Yes. See
I
what's for
honestly
dinner.
don't know why we're here.
Okay.
You can give an investigation check if you'd like.
Okay. First, I'm going to take a scoop and just, basically, I don't know, use
Pocket
the-
flour.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Put it into my bag and close it back up.
Rathgurther also takes a
realized-
scoop of flour and just eats it.
Oh yeah. I
But
mean,
the cinnamon challenge.
right? You sense it's nutritious, but also it's hard to eat. You know what? Actually, why don't you make a Constitution saving throw just
boy.
just to see how tough
God,
Rathgurther
knows.
is?
Nat 20!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it's first it's really dusty and there's a crunch to it because it's dry, but then you just kind of muscle through that and it kind of becomes some sort of goo, and then you're just okay, I can finish this, and then you just kind of not breaking eye contact with whoever you can at the moment see. Oh, very
Staring down the chef.
very strong. Yeah, the chef is just hey, bread, okay.
Okay.
I've
How
had
you make
work.
bread?
That's right.
All right. Well, we've got our flour, and I've done my investigation check, and it came up as a 7. So I guess we.
7. I mean, you see the usual accoutrements. You do indeed see the water pump. It's just a chain on the roof that leads to probably a water container that's filled up regularly.
Okay. Are there any
And then
cups?
there's obviously a stove that he works on. It's not exactly a hearth like this here, but this is the only fire I had in the game. God damn it. And then of course there's a bunch of spices and stuff on the wall.
All right. Are there any cups in here, or are those in a different room?
Cups? Yeah, there's cutlery.
Okay. In that case, I will take a cup and fill it up with water, and move out of the kitchen, I suppose, since I
Sure.
couldn't find anything else. I thank the chef. Thank you, chef, for your hospitality and for the wonderful cooking. It looks like we've got a bountiful meal ahead of us.
Worries.
Thank you.
You may want to watch that student of yours. I've
Rathgurther.
never seen anyone eat a handful of flour in my life.
Yes. Rathgurther is quite unique. Very strong. Brave warrior. So,
Indeed.
yes.
Rathgurther is begging to interject, but her mouth is shut with dough.
Wait, is that what she eats? Am I gonna have to amend the menu?
Well, she eats regularly. But I think she's a fan now. So perhaps maybe make some very flowery things for
very well.
Special
Pizza.
snack.
Have you ever heard of a pizza?
No. What
Okay,
is
well,
pizza?
You know what?
No.
It's very complicated. I'll write out the recipe for you and bring it back at a different time. All right?
Every
have
single
lost the door
D&D
there.
campaign I've ever been in, at some point, the party invents pizza.
Yeah.
This just seems to happen in every single D&D campaign.
Listen, I'm
If
just
you flip
saying.
open the D&D Player's
That's the first
Handbook
for
to
me.
page 123, it's how to introduce pizza into your D&D campaign.
Right. I'm just saying it hasn't been invented yet. Y'all have the ability, if you wish, to make that. So yes, you have successfully gotten your pocket full of flour and some water. You're getting looks as to, you imagine the head porter and the chef would have asked how you intend on cooking the dough somewhere other than the kitchen. However, after Rethgirther has eaten flour in front of all of them, they mostly just kind of like, all they took was flour and water. Let's leave them at it. While this is happening, you make your way unimpeded. The other half of the party makes their way unimpeded all the way up to the engineering, the engine car. And you come inside, and once again, it is loud out here. The screaming of the souls hanging on to the sides of the vehicle is much louder here. The whirling and whipping of wind and the big vortex in front of the train is just so very visible. Obviously, the engineer's working away at his machinery. He doesn't notice you. It is just too loud here for that sort of thing. What are we doing here, folks?
Hi, Bob.
Oh, let me see if he.
Hey, Bob.
Tim, he probably doesn't remember you.
He doesn't. He doesn't
I
notice
know.
you.
He doesn't notice me?
No, he's working like it's very loud where he is.
Well, we probably don't want to jump scare him on accident because that could cause other problems.
What?
The problem we're trying to prevent.
Yeah. Should we maybe just like creep around very slowly, like you're trying not like waving and being like just get into the peripheral vision without like
I think that would probably scare him more if he like turned around and just saw like 3 people like creeping.
Not like actually physically creeping, but just like make ourselves obvious and aware, and then just like make our way into his like so as not to be startling.
Okay. Whatever you think is best.
I'm gonna grab a piece of coal, or I could just chuck this at him, but that's probably bad.
Yeah, I'd say probably not do that.
I yeet it over the side of the train.
Over the train, it hits a ghost in the face. It hits a ghost in the face. Just and he falls off the train and it goes spiraling off into nothing.
So you're physical, good.
Ghost on ghost violence.
Information that I need for later.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's different? Like, do I notice that there's anything different in this room since the last time we were here?
Make a perception check.
Oh gosh. Okay. Perception. I don't have a very good. Ooh, 17.
There you go. That's great. So short answer is no. But the biggest thing you notice, of course, is that the ghosts still seem rather reticent to go anywhere near not Rethgirther, Emery. Rethgirther is just fun to say.
We closed the door behind us, right?
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna put my back up to that door like a bouncer, and
Nice.
just does it push? Is it a push or a pull door?
That's a good question. Let's see. It is a push door.
I am blocking that shit. No one's getting in without alerting the me.
Excellent.
Rad. Okay, so did we come here to just get coal dust, or did we have another purpose as well?
I mean, listen, invisible person is going to be coming in here eventually, right? If the cycle continues the same way as it has been. So
Yeah,
I mean, they could be here all
the fire spirit, didn't they?
I believe so, yeah.
So like 2 problems with the same solution. Just prevent any other possibly invisible people from getting in here and causing shenanigans. And by shenanigans, I mean us dying again. That's part A. And I think part B is just making sure that the fire spirit doesn't get out again.
So do we just want to like hole up here
I think we're gonna have
the
to.
whole day? Just like stake out
I think that's probably going to have to be what we do. It's going to be the worst train ride ever. But
I'm gonna try the whole 24-hour, just end this loop waiting here to see if you can find anything.
yeah, we can play 20 questions and just hang out and get bonded friends or whatever.
I have never spent that long talking to another person. That sounds great.
Yeah, you should play that with Rathgurther when she gets back.
Oh my gosh, yes,
I'm
we should
sure
bring
that you guys
Rathgurther.
will keep each other occupied the whole time.
It's going to be so much fun.
Like a sleepover. Paint each other's nails, talk about boys or whatever.
I don't really know any boys. I think, is Vernon a boy? I think Vernon's a boy.
I think, but I don't know. That, you know what? That can be one of your 20 questions.
Ooh, okay.
Don't assume his gender.
Right.
Yeah, we have to.
You need to learn about your companions. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
If I recall, no one told people that this was what was going to be happening. So I don't think Rathgurther and Vernon would know to come to the front of the train. And without the slip, I don't know if they can.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get up in here, and we're going to figure that out eventually. We just don't show up.
The question is, how long do you wait?
I mean, I can go and get them.
True.
Look, I know that we just bothered you for some flour and some water, but we'd also like to go to the front of the train. There's nothing bad going on, we promise.
We
That is
can
how
cook
I
the bread
intend-
in the fire spirit cage.
We're gonna cook it in the engine room.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And so do we want to like just not do the plan of like sprinkling stuff around? Like, are we abandoning that entirely?
Well, it'd be kind of twofold, wouldn't it? I
You
assumed.
can do it with flour.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I was
oh
gonna-
yeah, like go back, sprinkle coal dust as I go, get them, and then sprinkle flour as we go back up the other and get everybody to the front of the
Just make
train.
it real dusty.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing could go wrong.
As long
Yeah.
as there's no coal dust where the fire spirit is.
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, the whole
Um,
train is gonna go up.
I mean, it's going to anyway.
All right. So,
But before we need it to.
Yes.
right. Tim, on your way back, you do indeed start sprinkling a bunch of coal dust. It's easily done, so I'm not going to make you like roll for anything like that. Getting a bunch of coal dust, your hands are black, your clothes are getting filthy, but you are definitely sprinkling a lot of coal dust, and you are getting it around. Let's see here. Where's this? There we go. You're getting it all through this area here. You're getting
Hell
it
yeah.
up and down the beautiful blue carpet in the first class cabin, and then and you notice that there's nobody on your way there and back. It's just you,
Hmm.
right? And the only thing that might be there might be some people in their first class cabins, but you would notice when they came out. And as you get to here, you open your doors and you come through and you see Rathgurther and Vernon just finishing up their bit about getting flour, and then you open the door and
Hi.
Oh, hello. Welcome back. That was quick.
Oh,
How was Bob?
Bob is great. We love Bob. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to do the plan that we had talked about earlier. And then I think we're all gonna hang out with Bob for the rest of the day and just like lock down up there and make sure nothing bad happens.
All right. Are the porters paying attention to us right now?
the head porter is.
Okay. I would turn to him and say, "We're going to make slime and hang out with Bob."
Is that a new way of making bread that I'm unaware of?
Yes, slime bread. Come on. You live.
Slime.
Are you from
bread.
Waterdeep? Do you know about your slime
Hi,
bread is the most
Sven.
famous variety to make pizza? Okay.
Do you want to make a deception check? I don't think it matters necessarily, but you can see if you implant the idea into this poor man.
No, I kind of want to. So, yeah, I think I will. This is gonna go terribly, but let's see what happens. Okay, and my browser is going to take
That's just the
6 years
spirit of
to load.
D&D.
That's right.
It's going to go terribly, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah,
Still
Rathgurther's
alive.
just like, you're on your own with this one.
Okay. To be fair, Redgirther's mouth might still be shut, right?
Just cemented shut.
Oh my gosh, this is just taking for. Oh, I got a 20. Sick.
Oh, there you go.
4 plus 6.
Nice,
Okay.
dirty 20.
So yes, the porter goes. Of course, yes. No, I go to Waterdeep all the time. Of course, I understand slime pizza. Yes, absolutely. You have fun and hopefully bring back your creations for all of us to share. I'm sure the other guests will be quite pleased with this cosmopolitan dish you are making.
Of course they will be. And I slap him on the shoulder and I'm like, I knew you were a person of culture. And then I continue on with Tim.
He's got like a big flower print on his back of his hand now.
Yes,
Right.
I have made him a mark, so to speak.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And we go.
Yeah, and you do that. However, Tim,
Oh.
on your
Uh-huh.
way back, once you reach the storage car,
Uh-huh.
did I lose a door? I lost a door again. They keep opening in weird spots. Anyways, oh no, that's right. I ripped it off the last time and I forgot to put it
Oh.
back. That's my bad. Once you reach the storage car, you notice that there are not one set of footprints. There are 4 sets of footprints.
That's too many.
Oh, I forgot that we found that. Yeah, we found that box last time, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah, in the
Is-
storage car.
Are the footprints coming from that box?
Well, you easily locate the box you remember from before, and it is indeed in the state you remember finding it. And there are indeed 4 sets of footprints.
Awesome.
However,
Okay.
it's very kind of muddled near where it comes out of the box. So you can't quite be certain that all 4 sets originated from the box, but you can't see them anywhere else. So,
My first thought was, oh god, there's 2 invisible centaurs.
well, shit, now I
Centaurs
wish
with
I had made
human
invisible
footprints.
centaurs with human feet. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, what size are the footprints? Are they like
They are bigger than yours, but not much
Okay.
bigger.
okay, so they're like medium creature size.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you had to guess, maybe a smaller human or an adult halfling or something like that, you know, like that's the range you're looking at.
Okay. I will keep that in mind as we head back to Bob.
Right.
Good old Bob.
And as all 3 of you enter, you see likely by now Bob has turned around and noticed you all and is having a pleasant conversation with Maldrith and Emery. I love getting people here. I don't get very many, you know. I'm so lonely up here.
Yeah, well, I think we're about to have some. Oh, hey, look, there's the rest of the
Hi, Bob.
more
Yes.
social party.
Are you the engineer that your friends have been telling me about?
Yeah. So did you all tell him that like we have met before? What is the story that you
No,
all
I
have?
think we need to keep that on the download.
Okay.
Just small talk has
Okay.
happened so far. You go be yourself at him.
Oh no.
Yes, we don't want to appear crazy with talk of things like slime pizza. And
Yeah,
cats.
who would- what
Yeah,
do you-
I'm the engineer. Well, sort of, kind of. I'm in training.
So before we get into like how like conversations happen and how long you all wait, what is the exact preparation of the powder in the engine room that you have done?
So I actually Googled it while the flower was happening. I Googled "Can flower explode?" and I came up with an article on howstuffworks.com called "Can flower explode?"
Mhm.
The answer is if it is airborne, then it is extremely flammable.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
So I think if we keep it away from the flower, it should be fine.
Counterpoint. Would anyone in the party have reason to know that?
No,
Have any of you been around a mill before in your lives?
absolutely not.
No, probably not.
that
I
I can
mean,
recall.
I think Tim is the most likely to have been near a mill in that your compound was self-sufficient.
Oh yeah, I guess would I have had like bread? I wasn't really ever imagining like wheat. It was mostly
your
just
parents
like
also had a fully functional laboratory with like mortars and pestles and grinding wheels and stuff like that. So you'd be used to the idea that powders can burn when they're made particulate in the air. But whether you know about that flour specifically, you'd be guessing more or less, I think.
Okay.
So you'd be the closest, but I don't know if you would. Yeah.
This thing is open, right? So there's wind going anywhere.
Yep.
Oh, didn't
Nothing
think
would
about that.
stay.
Maybe
Even if we
I
put
just
water down, it would dry.
maybe I just maybe I just slant myself down in front of this door and just do not move for the entire 24 hours, I guess. Maybe we can take shift sitting in front of the door, making sure nobody else gets in.
It feels like this train was built specifically to be like an explosion hazard.
Excuse?
Like it sounds
dangerous. Yeah.
yeah.
But if it's open, they don't need. There's more than one way in.
You really think anything's gonna come up and over?
I am not aware of
maybe?
who built this thing.
Can ghosts see invisible people?
That's a good question.
That's I mean, I don't know. I don't expect anyone to have an answer in this universe.
We
but...
could ask them.
Oh yeah, can we talk? Have we tried talking to the ghosts?
I don't think we have.
All you know is that they grab for you when you get close, and they specifically flee from Emery.
Hey,
Somebody
Emery.
else sit in front of the door.
Hey, Emery, come here. Come here.
I'll sit in front of the door.
Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
you-
plant Maldus in front of the door, and it is time.
Can
My
you-
time has come.
Yeah, can you like be my bodyguard? Can we try to like talk to them because they're afraid of you?
This is what you've been waiting for this whole time. You need to punch a
For the
ghost.
last 3 weeks, yes, it is time for me to fuck around with the ghosts. Absolutely. I'm gonna walk over to the edge. and just
Okay.
Look out.
Once again, the ghosts recoil very quickly from your presence. They're like, "Ah," and they like scream a little bit louder. Although they've been screaming the whole time, so you don't know like how this is happening. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, they mostly flee from your presence.
Hey, phantasmal shit. You speak common? I grab one of my swords and I hold it out like I'm trying to like life wrap, basically.
Yeah,
They don't
be
get a hand, but
calm,
they get a
Shink.
sword.
They're clamoring to get away from you. Once they're mostly out of your reach, they kind of stop, but they really look like they're not pleased with you being near them.
What? I just throw my hands up. Can I? Okay. Okay, so they're like coming from the front of the train and they're like kind of going around like the sides and the top, right?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
like
hide.
bouncing across the train.
I'm gonna hide closer to the front of the train, so I'm gonna jump scare these ghosts and try to grab one.
Okay, so you're gonna go like over here?
Yeah.
Incidentally, Bob is like watching all of this and he's just like, interesting. Your friends are
Yeah, don't
playing a
worry
little
about it.
game.
Does he
Yeah,
think that we're cool?
I can see dead people, don't worry about it.
You could tell that he isn't one to judge. He's
Hell yeah.
I just give him a look like, we can have a problem? No? Good.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check
Okay. Oh god, dice.
from the ghosts.
Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
15. 14 plus 1.
That's not bad. Yeah, so it takes a few seconds, but like you notice a couple of ghosts like go hit the front of the train and go bouncing off into the ether, like bah! But one eventually latches on to about the hole right in front of you here, and you can see its legs like kind of kicking in front of your feet, so it doesn't know you're there.
Yoink.
You're just gonna grab
I'm
it,
gonna
make an athletics check.
Just grab it by the scruff of the neck.
Well, you're gonna have to grab its legs first, but regardless,
Okay,
make
sure,
an
fine.
athletics check. Yeah.
13.
13. Oh yeah, that doesn't. So yeah, you grab its ankles and it goes, and you start like reeling it in basically to the car. But you notice as you reel it in, parts of it begin disappearing as you haul it over the edge.
I'm gonna like kind of hold it off the edge like a fish I just caught.
Oh God, she's got me, Randy, you dick, help me! And there's like another ghost like up over there, like, no, dude, you're on your own. And God, why? No.
What? Stop screaming! I'm not gonna do anything to you. Shut the fuck up. You want to go back in that? I'm
Yes.
towards the abyss.
Yes.
Okay,
Sweet
then I will
death.
let you go after I'll let you go after we're done having a conversation. All right, you and me, we're gonna have a little talk.
Oh,
If you're
God.
unlucky, you're the unlucky bastard of the day.
I know that.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a couple questions, and if you answer them all to my satisfaction, I will let you go back in the spiraling abyss from whence you came. All right.
Oh, please. I'll answer. Actually, you know what? Make an intimidation check real quick, just to see how much he's intimidated. I mean, he's intimidated in general, but I want to see how much.
Yeah, good. I have a very high.
Oh no.
Advantage because I am.
Yeah,
actually
can I
scared of
help?
them.
I mean,
Can I help?
I mean, generally, they're already really scared of you, so you should probably have had advantage to begin with or without Tim's help. I imagine like a little Tim standing behind her, though.
Okay, well that's
Yeah,
a little better.
knife.
That's an 8.
Jesus. Probably cometh before the fall.
8.
8 in total?
8 in total. 5
Also.
plus 3.
Oh.
Okay. So
Level
yeah,
2!
like I said, he's like the spirits are already clearly very afraid of you. However, he is this particular ghost is not so out of his mind with terror, I suppose. So
Okay, well good. He's coherent, actually. That works in our favor. Okay, I'm just gonna like hold him and stare at him for a few minutes, and I'm gonna turn to Tim and like, you know, I didn't think this would work.
Yeah,
like a
I've
dog with
never
a
met a
car.
ghost. I don't know how ghosts work.
your hands
What
are
the
really
hell was your-
cold, by the way, like really cold.
Mm.
It's like the opposite of a hand warmer. God damn it, I didn't think we'd get this far. Why are you here? What's the deal with this? Why are you
Oh no,
ghost?
we're just trying to live.
You know that you're dead, right?
What?
Yeah, you're dead, you're like a ghost or whatever.
What the hell?
Yeah, we had the same reaction, don't worry about it too much.
Randy said we were gonna be fine.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have trusted that guy. He seems unreliable. Seems like a dick, actually.
I know, he's such a
I think
dick.
you'll find that we're better company, actually. You should stick with us.
Randy,
You're not gonna, like, rip our bones from our flesh or anything, are you?
I just want to live.
Okay, now what does that mean?
You have so much life. Your friends do anyway. And she starts like reaching around you.
Batman,
Do you need
Batman, like,
do you need the ouchie blanket?
what?
Ouchie.
The ouchie blanket
Oh, not this again.
to feel better?
You can see like the spirit's form is very muddled. Like you can't really tell who this person is. Like it just doesn't. It's mostly a formless white shape, right?
Yeah, I don't think blanket's good. I think this guy is more of a blanket than.
But but if he's dead, do you think that trying to make him feel like trying to heal him would make it?
All right, so here's the thing. We're having I think this is like a good cop, bad cop situation.
And I'm
I
the
don't
bad
know-
cop.
You think yeah, sure.
I wanna see
You're
that.
You're the bad
I
cop.
don't see that. Yeah. She just holds that knife up again.
It's like, all right. The point of this, can you see it? God, you're not even gonna know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Can you see invisible people?
What? There are invisible people?
Theoretically, yes.
Keep up.
I'm not.
Okay, you're useless.
I want life. Your friends are so warm.
I'm just gonna like shake him around a little bit.
I am.
Let that crap out.
I'm gonna use a spell slot and try to cast Cure Wounds. I don't think it'll do anything, but I just want to
Okay.
see.
Okay.
Just try and give him some of the life. He clearly wants life, and this is
if I
that sort of thing.
recall, Cure Wounds is a touch spell, correct?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
a good idea.
I need
Can
you
you
to
even
make
touch a
an
ghost?
right.
I mean,
gonna-
I clearly am.
right, but he's actively he's like you're icky or something. He really doesn't want to go near you. But
Yeah, well, I'm gonna ask him about that later, but we're doing
Yeah,
the important shit first.
so Tim, can you give me an athletics check, please?
Athletics. Oh,
Mhm.
Tim's great at that. 12.
12. Well, luckily this ghost is pretty preoccupied with trying to stay away from Rathgurtha while trying to, or Emery. God, I did it again. Then what? Where's Rathgurtha in this scene? Why isn't more people talking about Rathgurtha?
We have to hit a quota every episode, people. Get with
Right.
it.
What can I say? She's a fan favorite.
All right. So the ghost tries to reach around Emery for you as soon as you get close and snaps at you, and luckily misses. But again, it gets closer and you instantly feel that cold. So if you don't want to use up the spell slot, you don't have to, but you can try again if you really want to.
Yeah, kid, I think this is probably a bad idea.
Fuck it. I'm gonna get out the blanket and
Gonna try to make a ghost burrito?
well, so I tried to just use the blanket to touch, but now this time I'm irritated because it's fighting back. So I'm going to just grab the whole thing in a clump and smother it and be like, just let me heal you, please.
Okay.
And do it again.
Go ahead, make an athletics check.
Oh no. It was almost an 18, but it's a 3.
Okay, so you get close enough and you were definitely attempting to smother, but this time because you're in a better situation, it grabs you, and I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh,
Can I try
God.
to help by just I'm actively yeeting it away from?
Oh yeah,
from Tim?
you absolutely can.
A natural 20
bingo.
minus 1, which is a 19, but still,
Beautiful.
not 20. I don't know if that.
So you're only gonna take 3 damage, as you can feel your warmth being pulled from you at its touch, and then
Yikes.
Emery pulls you both apart.
Yeah, maybe
Ow!
we don't do that.
But I just wanted to help.
I think helping is the last thing we need.
Maybe they just need help.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can do to help this guy is just chuck him over the edge.
Wait, ask him why he's afraid of you.
What?
Things.
I was gonna get to that. You shut up. I'm shaking him again. Just every time he mouths off, he just becomes a Baraka. All right, last question for now. Why are you so freaked out by me? You're not freaked out by anybody else here. Why just me?
It's because of what you've done.
I raise an eyebrow.
No, it's too much. If I tell you.
Take him.
Can you make an athletics check? He's trying to pull away specifically now.
It's a literal shakedown at this point. Oh, goddamn, these virtual dice. 5.
5, beautiful. He got a 15.
No!
So he's going to actually physically grab your hands, and he's going to scream as he does so, and you notice that his hands start to shred apart the second he touches you in some sort of willful manner. But he has enough in him to pry your hands off, and he just lets himself go, freedom, and he just boils off into the ether. And the wind
Well.
whispered, that guy.
That guy was a dick. Well, so long, Ghost Cowboy. Anyway.
Well, that
did we learn
wasn't.
any-
No,
did we
that
learn anything from
it
that?
wasn't an incredibly useful conversation.
Yeah, I think maybe we're done talking to the ghosts.
He was pretty cool though.
I'm gonna
Like-
lean out over
like
the edge.
literally,
Unless
he was-
You others want to talk. Coherently. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, I'm
I wonder
done.
what Bob thinks of all of this.
Papa's like, that was interesting as hell.
Yeah, I told you, I see dead people. I'm gonna shrug and I'm gonna walk over and take my spot in front of the door back from Maldris.
I liked the parts where she shook the invisible person.
He couldn't hear the ghost, could he?
No. No, he doesn't seem to have heard them at all.
Well, listen, that's my ghost grabbing quota for the campaign, right?
Right.
Do we all have a quota?
I do.
What did we establish
just-
these metrics?
It's the only other tabletop campaign I've ever played in was a Monster of the Week campaign, and I punched a ghost and got superpowers from it. So
Oh yeah.
now it's a thing. Every time I play in a campaign, I have to do something to a ghost.
It's true. This time you shook one.
Yeah, another one, then punch it. Like, there's nothing stopping me from that technically,
Technically.
but I don't think it would do any good.
Okay. So the current plan for your group is that you wish to wait and wait with the engineer, right?
Yes.
And see for the night, for at least for as long as you can, if keeping watch on the engine is the key to stopping this thing happening, correct?
Keeping watch on the engine and also making sure nobody else comes in here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a roll for every hour you spend right now, just to keep this going. And every time I fail, I'm going to let one of you have the option of being able to see something if I mess this up.
Okay.
I mean, me specifically as the DM, not any perhaps invisible people who may or may not be aboard. You understand? This is entirely theoretical.
Yes.
So let's see here. It is now, let's see here. It would by now be just about dinner time or so. So I'll roll for that. Right. And then that happens. Good. And then that happens.
Are we all just playing 20 questions this entire time?
Oh yeah, you can say what you're doing in the meantime. The hours are passing here.
I'm just
Tim-
I'm camped up in front. I'm just like sitting cross-legged in front of that door, making sure that nobody gets in. I'm just reading.
Tim is definitely hanging out with Bob. Tim and Bob, BFFs.
Right.
I'm listening to a story from Rathgurther about how she made another man marry a donkey, which, wow, every time.
Playing the hits.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So it is getting towards the evening. You're guessing it is actually getting close to that midnight hour when you know the explosion happens. And so far, nothing out of the ordinary has really happened. Right? You're all on high alert, so basically I upped all your passives for this. However, just around the time when you know that this thing is going to be happening, whatever it is, you hear a squeak by the door of the furnace, and it was currently open while Bob was feeding the fire spirit, but you notice, because you're all very keen of eye right now, and I rolled very low, that it squeaks open imperceptibly, just a little bit wider.
Tim, you're probably closest to that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
you'd
am,
probably be.
because I am with Bob. Oh,
And you're by the door, probably with Maldor, so I would imagine. And you two are chilling somewhere, probably around here, I would imagine.
I'm gonna call everybody over. Like,
Okay.
hey, something happened. I think. Oh, come here.
I'm up a parkour over the everything and just like,
I think there's a person, and we gotta grab him. Oh yeah, Emery, you're good at grabbing.
I apparently only ghosts though.
Oh.
What'd you see? What's going on?
I didn't see anything. That's the because they're invisible.
I'm gonna check out my sword and I'm gonna start waving it around. Like with the
That's I too. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's very meh. And Bob's like, whoa.
I'll do okay. You know
Nice.
what? Just to
And-
be not like, God, would Emery be nice and use like the blunt side of the sword? Like probably
Sure.
not.
I mean, it's up to you. So because now when striking at invisible things, if there is an invisible thing here, I'm not confirming that. Generally you strike at a disadvantage. However, there are two of you waving around objects in a space that is very tiny. So I believe you can indeed just both of you roll an attack roll and tell me what you get and see if I can figure something out here.
God, these virtual dice.
18.
I have an 8, but I have another sword.
Go for it.
That one's a 13.
Gotcha. So Emery, you feel like as you move in this direction, it feels like you're more hurting something because you can't quite hear something, but like you can feel from your tips that something is moving around. And Rathgurther, you just go wonk, and you immediately hit something about the height of Tim, and it goes, "Oh, god damn it!" And the rune-covered doorway that was holding in the creature pops open as whatever it was trying to hold it imperceptibly open while it was doing something to it. And Bob rushes in very quickly and closes it because he's on his game right now because he's been standing here for a while undisturbed. And you immediately, because of the damage, it drops the invisibility spell.
Haha!
Grab 'em.
And you see it make a check, an athletics check if you want to grab for him.
Grab check. 12.
12. I don't think he's going to be able to beat that, but
What a chunky little man.
he does not. So you grab this gnome, and unfortunately he doesn't look like this because he looks awesome. This model looks awesome, but like he's got like these really big mutton chops, and he's got like a comb over, and he's wearing like dark clothing and leathers, and he's got like a toolkit on him, and he's got a device in one hand and he's got a circlet on his head, and you can see he's now bleeding from like a cut on his shoulder.
Scruff in the neck.
And he's like, what
Got
the
him.
hell? How did you know I was here?
Because
Good
we're
likely.
just that good.
And we will be asking the questions.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you know what
Hardly.
else is a ghost? You when I throw you overboard. What are you doing?
No, I mean, we're not going very fast. I don't think that would hurt.
Want to find out?
No. All right, so we'll call this an interrogation game. I want everyone to roll initiative for me.
Yay!
Let's. Can I? There we go. Turn-based
God,
mode.
these virtual dice are about to make me go into the other room and get like actual dice because that's a 9.
19, baby.
I'm waiting for mine to land. Still going.
One. There we go.
Did you like throw it into the stratosphere?
11. No, I clicked the button.
Let's see here.
The 9th level spell. Yeet.
He's gonna be last for sure. So is he. So Vernon got 11. Emery
8.
8. Maldris
13.
13. Oh, Tim
17.
17. Look at this. Okay. Ply turn order. Rathgurther,
Mm-hmm.
it is your turn to question.
Big Top is up first. Let's go.
She like looks like with a deep scowl and she leans in and she says, "How did you die, ghost?"
Mildred, I'm taking a drink. I have water in my nose. I guess go ahead and make an intimidation check if that's what you're trying to go for.
For some reason, I got a nat 1.
Oh, well, what did that roll in?
What about this situation is not intimidating?
Right.
Good luck justifying that.
So I think in total, you would have done like a
5.
A 5 in total. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's. I don't think it's necessarily your intimidation specifically right now that's making him relatively frightened. There's something else you can tell that's already weighing on his brain. But he goes, I slipped in some peanut butter.
Peanut butter's not slippery.
Damn it! Tim Tam, it is your turn.
Yes.
That's
So,
Ghost Story's not
Mr.
holding up already.
Gnome, where are you from?
Listen,
That's not a place.
no, I am from around, you
Shake
know.
I will be proficient with humanoid maracas by the end of this campaign. Just you watch.
do you want to persuade him to say something, or do you want to use intimidation?
Well, my
Everybody else is
intimidation's
trying to be
better.
intimidating, so I'm gonna. Oh, are
Right.
you asking me or are you asking?
No, I'm
Cameron?
asking you because it's your turn.
Okay.
I just
Okay,
stars
sorry.
was
Can I
for flavor.
call
Star
that a
can
help?
actually shake him on her turn.
Yes, everybody else is trying to be intimidating, so I'm gonna attempt to be intimidating
That's right.
with my -3. Oh, and -2.
-2.
Mm.
I rolled
Oh,
a
it's-
natural 1.
Well, I said I'm from around. Okay. Not all of us have established homes. All right. Listen, I haven't had a workshop to call my own in quite some time.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, do you want to come to my house and use my workshop?
Don't.
Oh wait, no,
Tim,
you're,
no.
you're
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Okay. Meldris, it's your turn now.
I still have my weapons, right?
You do.
I am going
I
to
think everybody does.
hold a knife to his
Yep.
throat
Ooh.
and ask what he's doing here.
Okay. Jesus. Go ahead and use your intimidation. Incidentally, the only reason I'm not giving you all advantage on intimidation is I'm just lowering the DC for this.
Fair.
Intimidation. Okay, that's still a d20, right? That I roll?
Mhm, correct. And then you add that intimidation stat.
Okay, wish me luck. Oh,
Well, that's not bad.
so it's 19 in total.
Bingo. And sorry, what was your question again?
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I'm working for someone.
I push the blade a little bit closer and say who.
I'm going to save that for your next round around, okay?
Damn it. Okay.
Vernon.
I have to hold myself back from doing the Batman thing and be like, "Who are you working for?" So instead, I'm going to say, I'm going to try to persuade to give us more information by saying, "Look, we are very serious individuals, and if you tell us what we want to know, then no harm will occur to you or your friends."
Right.
So my question for you is, how many of those friends are there here today?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Now you can go to the next one because we have to wait 6 years for it to roll. So.
Right. Indeed.
It's the floatiest dice.
And
Seriously, I wish I could like video this
Right.
so that you guys could be like, wow,
the
that
D&D
sucks.
Beyond dice render a little bit slowly. What's up?
They sure take their time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 19 for you, my
19.
friend. Yes. And it says you were asking for how
Yay.
many of his friends were aboard. It's just me.
How many are there? Yes,
It's just me.
just you.
Just me.
There's so many
Insight
footprints.
check.
Yeah, how many footprints did we find?
Or
Or did Tim find?
Four
Enough
sets.
for 2 centaurs.
Or 2 sets of centaur. just for the moment. Any of you can make an insight check whenever you wish. Just let me know what and when. But it's Emery's turn.
Yeah. I do
Now,
not
if you want to
believe
shake
this
him.
I
I'm
rolled
not
a
shaking.
3 to see if that was true.
Okay.
Just for fun, I'm shaking him. My insight's bad.
Okay.
It's only a 6, so it's probably not going to be worth
Mhm.
anything. It's like, how to boil this down to one question. You trying to blow us all up?
What?
You know what happens if that thing gets out, right? Boom.
You can go ahead and make an intimidation check, I assume.
Yep.
Hence with all the shaking.
God damn. I'm 11.
11.
I'm,
11's
as
fine.
soon as my turn's over, I'm walking into the other room and I'm getting real dice. God damn.
And he goes, "No, why would I try to blow anything up? This is crazy. I'm on this train. Chew.
Okay.
Chew."
It's like, okay, why are you fucking around in here then?
And then it's Grave
Okay,
Robber's, or then it's the engineer's turn. And Bob goes, "How old are you?" And he leans in really close.
I love Bob so much.
and the gnome's like, "What? That's a weird question to ask somebody, but you did it so convincingly." I'm 143. What of it? I'm in prime fighting age. Let's go get him. And then on his turn, because it is his turn, he is going to make an attempt to reach for the circlet on his head. And Star, I'm going to need you to make an athletics check, please. Oh wait, she's not back yet.
Getting dice. Yeah.
That's right.
Can I
I
just
had-
I still have my knife to his throat though.
You do. That's true.
Can
He's
I
making an option. I
stop
suppose
him from
both.
doing that?
I suppose you can either give Emery advantage, or you can make a check yourself as well.
Check for what?
It would be another athletics check, just to. You'd be using your knife to do it, but
I mean, I'll give her advantage when she gets back.
although I think
Oh, there she is.
the,
Her spirit re-entered her.
All of the dice I own have disappeared from this plane of existence, apparently.
Oh no.
Into the
Stolen by
other
the
room,
elf
find
or
it.
gnomes.
right.
Because like I was using them as props the other day for photos, and then suddenly they're just not in there, and I'm like, oh god. That's
Okay.
fine.
So, Emery, he's making on a move on his turn to touch his circlet, and so you can try to stop him with an athletics check, and Maldris is giving you advantage.
Yeah.
Actually, to be
definitely.
fair, I think almost everybody in this circle is probably giving you advantage, because I know Rathgurther probably still has her sword on him, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the freaking Google dice roller.
There you go. That's
you.
what I was doing when
That's
the
a
rolls aren't going my
15.
way either.
You done
That's
messed
a
up.
15.
Listen, D&D Beyond.
With
if-
advantage?
If she's using Google.
That's not even with advantage. No, roll one more
Oh.
time. Okay, well that one's a 6. So no, 15.
15 in total?
Yeah.
He
12
actually
plus 3.
scores better than you.
Fuck
Aw.
off.
He rolled really high. So he touches
Damn.
his circlet and he immediately goes invisible. And I need you to make this time an athletics check, unfortunately. No, you're not at disadvantage because you're still technically holding on to him. So go
I'm
ahead and
still-
just make
I'm
a
still
regular athletics check.
That is athletics. 15 again.
15. This time he rolls a 1. So
Ah,
I assume you like shake him.
yeah.
And the invisibility immediately drops. He goes, god damn it.
Yeah, don't try it.
It is Rathgurther's turn once more. You can ask another question.
Why do you disturb this fire spirit?
You can make intimidation or persuasion. It's up to you, but the bar is even lower now than it was before. So
Intimidation, baby.
go for it.
That one.
Now,
No.
yes,
5.
fucking
Again.
love my party. What was that in total?
5.
5 in total. Well, again, it is lower than it was before. And he's like, I need to, I need it for stuff.
Mm.
And Tim.
The first thing that I'm gonna do is try and snatch the circlet off of his head
Sure.
because he doesn't deserve to continue having it. He's lost that privilege.
Go for it.
So sleight of hand.
This would be a sleight of hand check. You're right.
Ooh, 16.
Nice.
Nice. So you grab the circlet off of his head immediately. You just snatch it. And he goes, oh, he's gonna be so mad.
Good.
Yeah.
Can I still ask a question?
That was your action for this turn.
Okay.
Maldris.
Who are you working for?
Intimidation or persuasion?
What's higher? Oh, persuasion. Persuasion is higher for me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, that's a 10, so 18.
Nice.
Yikes. Okay. So he also rolled pretty well, but because you scored so well, I think
And my knife?
yeah, well, we're gonna double this as a little bit. You're gonna gain something from it. It's just he's not gonna give you the information, right? He's still like holding back, telling you who specifically he's working for, but he goes, he's very important. He's gonna be very mad if I say something. I can't.
Shaky, shaky, eggs and bakey.
Vernon.
Okay. I think in order to prevent him from going invisible again, I may try to throw some of the slime on him because there's
You gonna throw slime on him? Dope. That, you
Yes,
don't even have to
yes.
roll for
Throw
that. You
some-
just throw slime on him. Emery, you get covered in a little bit of slime.
Dude.
Sorry.
Listen, we're very on brand today. I'm enjoying this.
If he goes invisible, wouldn't the slime also go invisible?
That the point is that it doesn't. I'd hope. I was going to throw flour on him and throw water on him, but since we're standing right next to the fire,
Yeah,
seems
no.
like a bad idea. So slime it is.
Emery, it's your turn.
Yep. What do you need the fire spirit for?
Intimidation?
Yup.
Go for it.
Technically, my intimidation and persuasion are the same.
It's up to you.
Oh, I accidentally just instinctively rolled on D&D Beyond, and I think it got its act together because that's a 16.
16.
It was threatened by the
He
alternative.
actually rolled very low on that one. So he goes, it powers my tools.
And you have to use this one. You can't just use a different one.
There's no other fire. Are there any other fire spirits on board?
But why did you need the one from the train? There's plenty in existence. Why this specific one?
And then Bob goes, let's feed him to the fire. And he touches he grabs for the thing. He's caught up in the fervor, you see. He touches the grate like he's about to rip it open. And then he sees all of you like, and he goes, did I misjudge what we were doing here?
No, we don't want to make gnome pizza today.
I love him so much.
We'll save that for later, mayhaps.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can be okay. So I'm bad. No, you know what I think in this situation? I think I might be good cop.
Weird, right?
That's bad cop, and I point to Tim. That one's loud cop, and I point to Rocker.
Right.
I think you can be like pointing to what's his name, Bob. He's like, you can be the cop that sets people on fire when we get tired of them.
All right.
Wild card. Yeehaw.
Who is
So-
not the bad cop.
No, because Tim's bad cop. We've established this.
On the gnome's turn, he's about to attempt a little bit more of fuckery when behind you in the storage car,
Not great.
You hear a crack, a deafening crack. And as
None
you
of us were
look
watching, sure.
backwards, you see the entire car cave inwards at the midsection. And you realize you're seeing the actual impetus for the accident. And it pulls the engine car up, and you all go flying upwards with it. And all of you tumble into darkness and fire.
God damn it.
And we're going to take a break.
This poor gnome.
Oh no, we're dead again.
God damn it.
At least we're getting faster.
Yeah, you didn't. I can't. I don't know if I'll be able to bookend this one with death. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick 10 to 15 minute ish break. Any one of you who've been watching with us deserve to get up and move around as well. Get your blood moving. Get drinks. Get water. Get food, snacks, pizza, flour, whatever you want to munch on. And we will see
Slime.
you all in 10 to 15 minutes right back here where we can finish up this session. See you then.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so, like, now they're off the train, and I'm just trying to find a way to TPK them all the time where they don't get mad at me. You know, like, I just got this deep need to murder... One sec. Hi, I was just looking up, game mechanics. Welcome to Intermission. This is normally where we would be having our ads and our sponsors, but right now, that's you. Yeah. All this delicious, grade A, definitely not murder-filled content is supported by you folks. And everything you do really does matter. Liking the YouTube video, subscribing on YouTube, following us on Twitch, listening to our content on our Anchor podcast, which is also, by the way, on Google Podcasts. And of course, supporting us monetarily through Ko-Fi, Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, and of course, donations if you can. And to thank you all for your continued support, we'd like to remind you that you could link your Twitch, your Ko-Fi, and your Patreon accounts directly to Discord. And once you're on our server, links on our webpage, what'sleftofus.card.co. You can mix it up with chat, engage with the rest of our community, and for our supporters, you have a little Patreon house, complete with a little gifting room that'll give you literally all of our bonus content. Just waiting there, up for grabs. So yeah, come on and join us. We'd love to see you. And thanks again. Yeah, so you know what? I just had this idea. What if I get a maze and I fill it with really big salt? Welcome back. We were all back nice and early. We enjoyed ourselves, so we are going to begin play.
Yay.
And we're going to begin it, of course, with you all being very dead, because I like that. Perhaps it is that you all have now been in this zone more than twice. But you were all now starting to get a familiarity with the way things work in the ethereal plane. And so, while you still see the figures around you, and you now are starting to feel the familiar feelings of seeing the visions around you, you find that you have a little bit more agency than you might have before. Rathgirther, you're already familiar with this feeling. You have felt it before. And so, Vernon, when you have your vision of being in the depths of this almost ocean-like fluid, and the smell of the sea sharp, and this impossibly large thing moving in the background against a backdrop of stars, do you do anything?
What would I possibly do about this? I guess I could possibly oh, I know. I'm in this dreamlike state, right?
Yep.
I could try to breathe in the water because I want to see what happens.
You take in a big breath and nothing, but you notice in the far distance, the thing also puffs up in response.
Oh, very interesting. And then I start to do like the Tom and Jerry thing where I start moving one hand to see if it moves an appendage.
Gotcha.
Does it mirror me?
You move a hand, and in the distance, a colossal appendage begins to move, and it blots out stars as it does so. And you hear from a great distance an incredible amount of screaming.
Oh.
Aldris,
Oh no.
you're once again in an area whirling with leaves and the smell of fresh fallen leaves and pine needles and just the smells of a forest, right? And you once again hear that background music, that hum of life that comes from the Feywild. And as expected, from the darkness in front of you in the tree line, you see the two pinpricks of light and the harsh growling of a big guttural creature. And once again, you see much taller even than you, much taller than anyone you have ever known, two more pinpricks of light turning to you. What do?
Hide?
There's nothing to hide around.
Damn it. Run?
Where do you run?
Away from the pinpricks of light?
As soon as you run, you hear a blood-curdling howl from the big guttural creature, and you hear the coming up behind you as fast as you can, and just before it reaches you, you hear a shriek like from a barn owl, dark and menacing behind you and high above. Emery, you're floating once again in nothingness, and it's so hard to get a clear picture of yourself. It's more like you're feeling than you're seeing. And a figure approaches you, grinning and chuckling to itself as it comes slowly closer and slowly. Again, it's hard to focus on anything, but suddenly it comes into sharp focus. She's got red skin and the tips of her horns and fingers turn black, and she's got yellow eyes. She's got sharp teeth and a maw that opens up quite distendedly, but you recognize the features. What do?
I'm gonna try and punch it.
Feeling this unimaginable anger welling up inside of you, you punch forward with your hand, and you realize that it's not really a hand, it's tattered. It's a formless, translucent thing that you reach forward with, not unlike the ghost you were handling moments ago.
Punched a ghost.
And
The ghost was me the whole time.
the ghost is you the whole time. Listen, you got your ghost superpowers. And as you touch her, you realize it reaches through her and begins pulling at something at her core. And you pull back and she begins to scream.
Good.
Tim,
Yes.
you are alone in this sea of darkness, and at first you are afraid. But at your side there is the warm and reassuring touch of this creature, this dog-like figure, and it's you can feel it's you got like a heartbeat, and you can see like nerve reactions firing, but you get the implicit sense that it's not biological. And it looks up at you and you feel better. What do?
I want to crouch down and just like take its head in my hands. Be like, hey boy. And I want to give it a little head scritch.
Mm-hmm.
I want to scritch the pup.
Okay. And in that moment, he kind of headbutts you a little bit. And there's this bright, astoundingly bright light. And for a second, just a split second, behind him, you see an ocean of figures. The exact same way, various sizes and shapes, but all of them with their hearts beating in absolute unison, and all of them making you feel like you're home. Rathgurther, the light springs on. You are on the stage. The line that you have come used to hearing now is delivered to you from the boy off stage.
think she opens her mouth to speak, but then kind of thinks better of it.
You all right? This is just the rehearsal, but we could go for a beer instead.
Stop this.
Stop. Is there an issue? And you notice by your feet a couple of blue streaks are pausing for a quick moment. They're a little blurry.
I'm Rath Gurther.
Oh yes, Rath Gurther. You're a couple of pages ahead. You could go into the monologue if you wish.
I said stop this.
You hear a crackling roar from behind you. What do you do?
I turn to face the noise.
You turn to face the noise, silhouetted against the bright fire from behind the horizon. You see a hill, and then two smaller hills in the near distance, and there are homes being built on these, and the little blue bursts of light are kind of swarming all around. You don't get anything from these things. They're just there, more or less, as if they're people you can't see. And you hear the beating of thick wings. And over the hill walks a single dark-shrouded figure in a hood and a dark cloak. And he stretches his hand out, and you hear a roar, and something gigantic and blue rises from the darkness behind the hills and unleashes a complete and total blast of heat and electricity. Ma'am, I'm sorry, I said, could I have your sword, please? And you're back.
I will run you through with this sword if you ask me one more time.
I apologies, ma'am. I'll be on my way. And like scuttles,
Yes, you will.
Scuttles off. Over the map.
Goodness, that was strange. Are you all right, Rathgurther?
Well, I'm dead again, so who knows?
Yeah, Emery's
Yes.
just kind of like clutching her chest and breathing, like trying to calm herself down a little bit after that. Just, well,
Yes.
so I guess we need to. Wrong car, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we were wrong.
But this still helped us out a little bit. I mean, we now know that we weren't, wrong about the fact that there are other beings on the train with us who do not wish to be seen. We just need to figure out who they're working for and why they want to sabotage the train so much. Do you
We
guys
never
think that
asked
those
them if
were,
we saw the ghosts.
like, related to one another?
Tim
That's
Tam,
true.
you
Yes.
Retrieved the scoundrel's circlet. Do you still possess it?
I remember that I grabbed it off, but yeah, do I still have it? Like,
You do.
probably in my hand. I don't know that I would have. Oh, fuck yeah.
Will it allow you
You
to
have all my
become
flour?
invisible?
Yeah, is it? I guess I wouldn't know this unless I like identified it, but do I,
I mean, we saw him use it.
have I? Yeah,
Place
is
it
it?
upon your head.
You
It
feel
fits perfectly because I'm
Yeah,
also
you-
a gnome.
right. You feel like it probably would do something, but you may have to spend some time contemplating the object. You know that your parents said, for instance, that a lot of magical objects require attunement.
Oh yes. I think that I could use it to turn invisible, but I have to like vibe with it for a little bit.
Hmm.
So
I mean, anybody could use it too. It's not just me.
I just had a thought. So I am in favor of just booking it straight back to that cart where the box was and
Yes.
just figuring that out immediately. But I don't know if Emery would have seen like the footprints and stuff.
Well, I would have told everybody about that.
Okay, then can I just be like, okay, cool, yes,
Yes,
should
yes.
we just book it? Just book
Yep.
it. No stopping for nonsense. Booking it
Sure.
Yep.
to the luggage car.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And when we get there, I can do my I can make sure that
You're-
it looks
you're
nice
vibing.
and yeah.
Okay.
I love the
and
fact that
what's-
Attunement is just sitting in front of a mirror and making sure it looks good with your outfit.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. Duh.
good stuff. Ron, I believe you were trying to ask me something a minute ago.
Oh, I was just saying, like, do I still have all of my flour and stuff like that I grabbed from the
You did
kitchen?
use some of it to make that slime, but you do have a little bit of flour in your pocket still.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can still use the element of surprise, the pocket flour.
Oh,
Um,
and I think you also may have asked if we had asked the gnome if he was aware of the ghost stuff. I think
that
that
was
also
me.
was a.
That sounds
Oh,
about right, yeah.
I remember that I
Uh,
heard someone say those words.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
did say... Go ahead.
when we were intimidating him and shaking him like a box of rocks, he mentioned that the train wasn't going very fast and that if I threw him off of it, nothing would happen. So that leads me to
Right.
assume he probably does not have ghost vision.
But he
Like
did
the
say
rest
that he
of
was a
us.
ghost.
I
Oh,
think
but that
he
was
was
probably
fucking
just because he was
with us.
invisible. Yeah. Okay.
right.
I think
yeah.
he was speaking and fucking with us language.
So you have all decided to rush out towards the offending carriage, yes?
Yes.
Yep. Well, maybe not like in a breakneck sprint, but just like making my way downtown, walking
Walking fast.
Fast and...
There are the usual questions from the porter, but once again, your note gets them
Just
easily
shove the
past
note
the
in
box.
space. We've got a permit, let us through.
I
And
can do whatever I want, Ron.
Girther, Tim Tam, and Vernon. And you all arrive in the creaking, billowing storage car.
Okay. I'm just gonna like look at Tim. It's like, hey, you said you saw footprints coming out of one of these boxes, right? Which one?
Yeah. I point her to it.
Right. And the box is not open.
Knock knock.
Make a. Can you make a persuasion check for me? Just this isn't
Yeah.
indicative of anything. I feel the need.
And that's a 22.
Hell yeah.
All right, you permit me to be silly for a moment.
No, please do.
Box.
You didn't say who's there, and I sit on top of the box.
Oh,
Hang it out.
I mean, no one's here.
Is there any sort of locking mechanism on this box?
No, it seems to have just been like a crate.
I'm sitting on it until further notice.
Was there any
Shall
other
be locked
boxes
shut with my ass.
Right.
that the footprints were coming from?
I don't believe so.
Just the one?
Right.
All 4 people were in one box?
Well, so my guess, and this is just a guess, is that there was at least one person coming out of the box, but maybe some people went to the box to like let them know that it was safe to come out of the box. That's my guess, but I don't really have any evidence to back that up other than
What say you, box?
Can I search the other boxes while they're doing this?
Oh,
Someone should
absolutely.
watch
Go ahead and
the-
make an
someone should
investigation
watch
check.
the door too.
And can I simultaneously watch the door and attune to the
Yeah, you
circle?
can.
Okay.
Sure. You'd
And
be a
I
little
will-
bit more distracted than the others for watching the door, but
Oh,
you have
no.
other people to help back you up.
Okay.
So yeah, what was your investigation
Are
check
there any
there?
chairs I can use to prop up against the door?
6.
Boxes though. 6? You don't find much. I mean, you open boxes, that's pretty easy, but you don't find anything in there. So after a few moments, you start to hear like a buzzing from the crate,
Oh.
and it starts to like vibrate like more and more and more, and you hear like oh god.
Yeah, you want out? Sucks to suck, don't it?
And then you, Rathgirther,
Don't it?
you're probably now the box gets to shake you. How do you like it? Rather, you're probably, because you were addressing the box a moment ago, you noticed that the box has started to bow outwards and like crack a little bit.
I'm gonna stick a sword in it.
Well, that's
You're like a magician.
yeah. So, and then at this point, it splits open, and 10 identical gnomes pop out.
What the shit?
It's like a clown car.
And one of them is dead. It has a sword in it.
I'm fine.
And then they're just like, and then they try to make a run for it, but you guys have already blocked off the door, and so all of them essentially start jumping off the train, and one by one get swallowed by the raspy darkness and the ghosts around it.
I'm gonna try and grab one of them just so we can. They're like all clones of each other, right? I'm gonna grab one as a failsafe.
Go ahead and
Freaking lemmings.
make an athletics check, whoever wants to see if you can grab multiple of these gnomes if you wish.
to.
Oh yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, I wanna do gnomes.
Guys, you already have a gnome.
Got
Athletics.
a team.
Yeah, I need a spare. What if
Right.
something
What
happens
we're
to you?
doing athletics?
Oh, that's better.
Okay, that's fair.
Try.
8.
18.
Sorry, someone got 8.
That was me.
19 for me.
I have to wait.
Okay.
For the disclaimer, so.
I got 21.
Okay.
You get 2 gnomes.
Actually, Red
Like
Person, you still get
whack-a-mole.
one anyway. He rolled really bad on yours. So, Zoe, were you gonna grab one? I can't remember.
No.
And Maldris grabbed one for sure, and Emery grabbed one for sure, and Vern.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just waiting for my thing to load.
Okay. So
It
far you
looks like it's
definitely
gonna
have
land on a
3.
15. Oh, what did it do?
It looks like 16 for you. Mine
Yep,
finished
got
faster.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you you have 4 identical versions of this gnome, and they're all like, "Oh God, what? Oh, you killed one of us."
We didn't do shit. That was on you, bud.
We've killed
Have you
one
noticed they all
so
sound
far.
like Brian Posehn?
Uh-oh. I'm in the place between boards. Hold on.
I'm just
There was
gonna
a bit
use
of a
my
disconnect
athletics
issue.
one
There we
real
go.
quick.
Back. We're back.
Oh.
So you all like are holding these struggling things, and you notice that they're all holding on to this object. That it looks kind of like a wand, but it's got like 2 little prongs, and they're rotating. And it looks very unstable.
How's that?
None of your business.
I take.
I want to try and grab it. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Honestly, with them being grabbed up like this, I don't think you really need to make many sleight of hand checks. I mean, they're struggling, but honestly, at this point, you just kind of hold them down until you get them.
I cast the ancient magics. Yoink.
Gotcha. So yes, you under close inspection, you realize that they are all identical, but they're sparking in a way that makes it seem like they're not very stable. If I think Tim, you might be the closest to being able to figure out what this thing does. You'll have to make an investigation check, but
Investigation or Arcana?
that's up to you. Arcana will let you know the nature of what this thing is likely to do. Investigation might actually tell you how it physically is. Like in what
Okay.
condition it is. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Yeah.
Can I roll Arcana and Tim can do the other one?
If you'd like to try, yeah. Same thing
Sure.
with I guess Vernon could probably try an Arcana too, I imagine. Although I'm not
25.
sure how you get to. Yeah.
16 Arcana check, DM.
Oh shit, there you go. And
25.
Okay. I do have proficiency in Arcana. Does that add anything, or is it just what's on the sheet?
it just gives you that extra bump to your stat. Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
And remember, I do
Okay,
have
my
reason to know
phone
stuff about
says-
magic.
Absolutely, yeah.
9.
Beautiful. Okay, so from an investigation standpoint, this thing is made like a wand. However, it is quite obviously some sort of invention, right?
Ooh.
It is experimental and it is very not stable. In fact, you're worried just from holding it. Given what it appears to be deteriorating at a very quick rate is the problem. Emery, you haven't seen a wand do what this thing appears to be doing, but given the context clues, you would imagine that this is a wand of duplication.
That
However,
makes sense, actually.
wands of duplication aren't supposed to duplicate themselves, but they have.
Ah.
You would imagine anything created with this wand, including the extra ones themselves, would likely destroy themselves very quickly. Meaning that probably these clones don't have much of a half-life. However, as you can tell, they certainly leave a body.
Yeet all but one. I don't know. Because, like, what are we thinking? Is this... I'm just gonna, like, wave the... Not trying to do anything with it, but I'm just gonna, like, hold it up so everybody knows that's what I mean. He's like, you think this is what caused that shit? If it wasn't the train exploding.
What did we think about, I don't know, Naruto shadow clone thing and just, like, poke one of them with a stick or something and see which ones poof into smoke and which ones don't?
I was thinking that, but I was thinking maybe throw them off the train, and I looked down at the guy.
What if we throw the one that's the real one off the train and then we can't ask it questions?
How do we know? How do we know which of you is the real one? Huh?
You'll never know. It's impossible to tell.
I take the one I'm holding. I yeet him off the train. That's one less. Who's up next?
It
Oh,
does look
God.
like fun.
And one of them's like, "You'll know after an hour, please."
So,
Yeah?
okay, DM question.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a second level artificer, I
Right.
can, one of my infusions that I can do is replicate magic item.
Right.
Now, there is a table here that gives a list of magic items, but it also says you can choose the magic item from among the common magic items in the game. Is this wand of replication a common magic item?
Oh no.
Okay. And also, just for curiosity's sake, is the circlet a common magic item?
No.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
I could just keep replicating things, and it's replication of replication, and suddenly we're drowning in a sea of wands of replication.
Create a
Right.
gray goo of
Yeah.
replication wands.
Right?
Okay.
Exactly.
All of
Alright,
our
listen,
clones also
You give your
respawn.
clones the ability to clone themselves, and oh boy.
I've seen that episode of The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're all like, you could wait an hour and you'll find out which of us is real.
Yeah?
Just don't throw any of us off the train.
Have you noticed that you're missing
True.
this? And I'm gonna show the circlet that I'm still attempting to attune to,
Right.
even though there's all this chaos going on.
You can see that they all also still have a circlet.
Hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, there's some nonsense going on here.
Okay, so this does not follow the laws of physics. The laws of physics say that matter cannot be created nor destroyed. And so, according to the laws of physics, the fact that I took this from the past means that it should
Tim?
not exist in the future. What?
We're on a ghost train. I think the laws of physics we left back at the station.
Besides, matter can be destroyed. I destroy things all the time.
Yeah, but have you ever heard of the circle of life?
That guy just did, and I point off the train.
all of the gnomes take off their hats.
Oh, they're taking their circlets off. Good. You
You can destroy stuff, but then the destroyed stuff becomes new stuff. That's how stuff works.
I would simply destroy that too.
Yeah, but then
wonder
it all
if we
becomes
can-
new stuff. Everything becomes new stuff.
I suppose we've all experienced the circle of life a few times by now.
Yeah.
Perhaps something we could try out. And I'm no scientist, so feel free to tell me
I
that
am.
I'm crazy here. Oh, cool. Tell me if this sounds good to you. What if we take all of their circlets and try them on, and whoever turns the person that we took that from is the real troublemaker here.
Okay,
But-
wrinkle in the plan. It takes an hour to be able to use it, and in that hour, the spell would end anyway.
True.
Yes, and then we simply take the correct circlet. That will be ours,
I already have it.
but we can have another.
We can
Yes, we
just
can
keep
duplicate it over
farming
and over.
circlets. Oh,
But we have to die each time.
Yeah, I'm hoping
cares?
maybe we cap out at 2, I think, maybe. I'm not like a huge fan of the whole dying and having like weird dreams thing. It's a little unsettling. Not sure if I want to do that if I don't have to.
I like
You-
the dreams. My dreams
I
are good.
think
Are you
they're
guys not
fun.
having good dreams?
Uh,
Oh, I thought that it was I thought. Are you not having a good time?
maybe you're just a nicer person.
I guess it's all relative.
Yes, I'm
I
not
have-
having any dreams.
I have a nice dog in my dream. He's a good boy.
Anyway,
I
so
have an enormous water monster in my dream. Anyway,
Is he a good boy?
Cuts back to the screaming you heard as
well-
light died from the stars that it eclipsed. Yes, a very good boy.
it's
The best
boy.
boy.
Yes.
It's relative.
Speaking of good boys.
Oh.
there's a good boy.
So like the gnomes are like, so do we just like sit here or let's
I mean, yeah, unless you want to take a short walk off a long plank. I mean, wait. Long walk off a short plank off the train.
I mean, we're not really going that fast. It wouldn't hurt. I just
So, okay, confirm then. You don't see the hellscape beyond, right?
I mean, Faerun's a bit of a hellscape, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, he can't see shit. How's it feel knowing you can't see cool shit? I'm just fucking with him now.
I don't understand at all.
Yeah,
What
you
if-
can't. He
what
can't see the truth. It's okay.
What if we
It's
just
okay.
like hold
He
his
doesn't have the eyes.
What if we just like hold his face over the edge and the ghosts get to like touch his face? Do you think that he could feel the ghosts touching his face?
I think maybe we say that as an interrogation technique, bad cop.
Okay. Okay.
An enhanced interrogation technique, some might say.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very advanced.
Yikes.
It's like holding his face to a wall as you're grinding past it.
Oh no.
So do you wait the hour then?
I guess we just sit here and stare at each other awkwardly
What?
for an hour.
Why don't
Can
we
we tie them
interrogate
up?
the?
Can we play 20
Yes.
questions with the gnome?
Yeah, you got plenty of time. I won't even make you. I did the round thing earlier because it was fun. But this time, if you folks want to, you can just ask your questions and we'll see if he answers more or less. You can also search him. That's another thing you can do.
That seems like an invasion of privacy.
I
I'll
invade his
search him.
privacy.
Can we figure out which one's the real one?
Well, yeah, it seems like all of their stuff is duplicated. So
We could play gnomish Russian roulette and just kill one by one until they all die.
Does that
Obviously,
include
that one-
me?
No,
I'm also a gnome.
No.
just the weirdo one. The clones.
You don't think I'm weird?
We'll unpack that
Do
later.
you want us to think weird?
I mean, weird is good.
Okay, then you are the weirdest gnome that we've ever met.
Oh, thanks.
Or at least that I've
Yes.
ever met. I don't know about these weirdos.
Yeah, so
they're
I
pretty
guess
weird too.
I just point at the corpse, I guess, on the one that I stabbed.
Just-
I'm like, so that one obviously wasn't the real one. Because, or I mean, if I kill the right one, did the rest of you disappear?
Well, no.
So you're
Crap, that
insinuating
was
that
the
was
real
the real one.
You do notice, however, that the wand that would have been on the corpse is not there anymore. And the circlet is, well, it's non-functional. It doesn't have that hum that comes with a magical item.
Hmm.
And the rest of them
Shit.
active clones do have the hum.
What if the real
Correct.
one was invisible? And left.
Have any of the doors opened?
That is a thought.
Nope. You guys have blocked all the doors.
Where's that flower?
You
Right
have
here.
flour! And it's a very non-flammable environment, I believe.
Yes.
Ah, we're not in
do
the
it.
firing room yet.
Can I go back to the kitchen and get more flour so that we can cover the entire car?
You don't have to open up the doors for that.
We do not break the seal on this.
Hold on. Let me take this circlet really quick.
Doesn't Tim still have coal dust? It doesn't matter if there's
I do still have coal dust. Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's flammable in here because there's no open fire.
So you just start going around throwing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do indeed find another gnome, and he's over here trying desperately to hide.
Yeah, fucked.
Damn it, I thought I was really
Oh,
gonna
no.
get away with that one.
No.
You guys like drag him over and he goes,
Joke's
ah,
on
god
you."
damn it.
At least one of us has the brain cell at any given time.
We trained for a while.
So that's the real one then, hey?
Mm-hmm.
It could be.
So
All
let's
you know
grab,
is that it was
grab the real one.
invisible.
I dropped the one I was holding. No, the one I was holding I kicked off the train, so my hands are empty. I go for him.
Okay, you grab him. Like he's
Yeah.
got nowhere to run now. He's covered in coal and
No.
flour.
But
Look, oh god. Well, how do you people have flour in your pockets?
done this loop a couple times. Don't worry about it.
Oh
Some might call
no.
it the art of the deal.
I think
let's
it's
throw all
getting
the other gnomes off the train.
it is kind of getting close to the hour if you want to just kind of wait and see what happens.
Or we could just throw all the gnomes off the train.
Throw all the
could.
gnomes off the train.
It's among us.
Except him.
We'll
These
never
ones
get
are
another
sus.
chance.
Get rid of them.
That's right. Hurl
We
the
don't
gnomes
need
on the
them
train. So
fucking with us.
you hurl the gnomes off the train.
Yeet.
Yeah. All the
Sacred language.
bad ones.
That's right. And all of them like get churned up by the ghost outside, and they're all just gone.
God, that's
Um,
fucked up. Anyway,
Yeah. I goes, oh, how did you know that none of them were the real gnome?
They weren't?
we didn't.
Oh,
we just
no.
guessed. I raised my eyebrow at him.
Oh.
Might be a problem for you then, won't it?
And to be
Well,
fair,
I mean,
you've killed us 3 times now, so you
I
had
don't
that
even
coming.
know who you are.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, but
I don't kill people. It's not part of my contract.
maybe not directly, but your contract has side effects.
I'd like to
Hey,
see that
speaking of which-
contract.
I'll never give it to you. And his hands instinctively go to his pocket.
My hands also go to his pocket and
Ah, hey, well, bad touch. Yeah, you pull
Well-
it easily. There's like a really badly folded contract in his pocket.
Wow.
We haven't gotten this punk's
even know how
name
to
yet,
roll
have
it.
we?
It's okay. The
Maybe
contract
it's in
has
the
it.
contract.
Yeah, the
Ah.
contract specifies that one Eli Fumblecrumb has been hired for sabotage duties by one Vernon Gwart.
That's not my name.
No.
They had me going for the first half, but it's not.
We don't have to throw you off the train.
Do I recognize that name?
You all remember that one of the rich guys that entered the train, the one that was loudly and verbosely angry about this chew cutting into his profits, was one Vernon Gwart.
One more person to throw off the train. Everything's on a roll now.
It's
A
train
thirst
lust.
for bloodshed.
Oh no, she's tasted blood.
Oh, he's not gonna like that at all. Can you just listen, I'll jump off the train. It's not moving very fast. I'll just disappear. He'll never know I was gone.
No.
Tell us what you know first.
The contract tells you everything.
Hey, Vernon,
Yes.
rip that shit up.
And then I guess I do so because she's much more strong than I am. And then I stuff it into my pockets just
I
for later
assume-
so I can tape it up.
Can we
Surely,
read it first?
surely that would be evidence.
Oh, yeah, but it's not binding anymore.
Yes, but
Is that how that works?
It does now.
Okay.
I mean, you do still have the pieces that very
Look, some of
clearly
us don't know
pointed
what
out when you
taxes
put them
are.
together. Yes. And he goes, oh.
Contract's invalid. You don't gotta do shit anymore.
Well, I mean, he's also a really rich dude. I don't want to hide myself on the end
So
of
you
a...
want to make an enemy of him, who might kill you later, or you want to make an enemy of us, who will kill you right now?
That's a
Good
point. That's a good point. It's been about an hour, and the corpse that's off to the side, its head just explodes. Just
I forgot about that one.
I'm glad we
Whoa,
got
I guess we
another
really
one.
could have waited, and it would have just coated the entire cabin with blood.
well, there you go. I'm the real one. Da 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 da. You solved my gnome puzzle.
Nastier than I would have thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not a great wand. And I think it's gonna like probably blow up at the end of the night. I had to Vernon said I had to recharge it using an ethereal power source, and so there's only one on the train, and that's the elemental.
Not me,
Can
by the
I
way, not
can
me.
I can I see that wand? I think that I might be able to fix it.
Sure. I don't need it anymore.
I would like to. I know I investigated it earlier, but can I like now look at it from a like now that I know what it is? Can I try and see what's wrong with it and potentially how to fix it?
Sure. That would be probably. That's a more specific investigation check, I think. So you can go ahead and roll that and see what happens.
19.
Oh, that's pretty good. You think that there's a better way to do a wand of duplication? One that probably isn't as limitless as this one seems to be, but one that's a lot more stable. And you file that away in your brain for later.
Okay. Well, so you said that you think this one might explode?
Well, Vernon said it's a prototype and it probably won't last very long. And I got to be careful when I'm charging, because if I charge it too much, it explodes. And then he didn't tell me that all the clones get one. That would have been disastrous. Could you imagine what would happen with a bunch of me's running around making versions of themselves? Think
That
of
would
the
have
what
been
a
real
nightmare.
bad.
bodies. Would have been a lot of bodies.
So I think that this is bad. So I think that we should just get rid of it, and I'm going to toss it off the train.
It's someone else's problem now.
Yep. I think it's too dangerous, and I've
What
looked
do
at
we
it,
do with
figured
our
out how it
problem?
works. It is no longer useful and is just a liability.
What do we do with our problems? Throw them off the train.
Well then, what else shall we throw off the train?
All the boxes!
No,
Just start pushing people's luggage off the train.
Brad Gurther does not hesitate. She hears that.
Oh no!
She just starts a throwing.
Yep. Boxes scatter all over the place. They just get thrown into the void and get eaten up.
It
and stuff.
doesn't matter. It'll come back tomorrow.
if we
If we
don't
die.
die, I don't think it will.
If we die.
Oh shit!
Well, that wasn't our fault. They can't prove anything.
Yeah, it got
Oh
thrown
no,
off in
wait,
the
there's
struggle.
flour all over the boxes. They have our fingerprints. No.
Our fantasy fingerprints, no.
Fancy fingerprints. Okay, so you have a culprit, but not the culprit necessarily.
Hmm.
Let's go fuck with this name doppelganger. This other Vernon.
Is he on the train?
Yes.
He
Yes,
got
yes.
on the train, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's find him. Do we
Why
want
is
to
he
like
fucking with the
tie
train he's
this?
on?
What?
Why is he
Huh?
fucking with the train that he's on?
Yeah, that's part of why I didn't think he was on the
I-
train, because like
he-
that doesn't make sense.
Well, the gnome mentioned it wasn't his part of his contract to make it explode.
Oh,
I think
right.
maybe that was just an unfortunate
Just
side effect
tampering.
of not being very good at his job.
Hey, I'm
Numerous
great at my
explosions.
job.
All
I
right.
said
do,
I was gonna
Look at where
make
you are.
doodles on the
Look at where you
window.
are.
That was gonna be dastardly. And then I was gonna cut onions in everyone's
he
bed.
did the
And it
doodles.
was gonna be everywhere and like cut onions. Come on, no one's gonna like this train after that. And then I was gonna make all the toilets back up, and that was absolutely gonna be a problem. And then I have more rude doodles.
While I'm thinking about it, hang on 1 second. While I think about it, I take the circlet off his head.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, okay.
I would like to cast Snare.
Okay.
Basically directly in front of where the gnome is, so that we can purposefully put the gnome in the snare.
Right.
And he's going to be held upside down, 3 feet above the ground for 8 hours.
Sure.
Nice.
I mean, you've basically
I'm
disarmed
gonna
him
let
completely.
him. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna let him like watch me set this up and be like, you can't get into other stuff. But we have other stuff to go do and stuff. So we're just gonna leave you here. You'll be okay. Probably.
Okay, how does this exactly? and upside down, dangling gnome.
Yep.
That's fun. It's like
Very
a pinata.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, very much so. Friendly neighborhood Tim Tam.
Yes.
So you all
Something like
recall that. I mean, because it's not really hard, but Vernon Gwart was one of the VIPs. So he has one of the VIP rooms. And actually, Vernon remembers putting out flyers and finding him poking his head out, asking what was going on. And Tim, you remember someone inquiring as to what was going on the second day when you were trying to break through the door. And that was Vernon, as you remember. Vernon Gwart,
He's
VG.
a nosy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where his room is.
Let's go be nosy.
I think I know how we can be nosy. Or one fun way. We just tell him that some of his luggage was compromised. He comes back in here, he sees his little henchman, and we lock the door behind him.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we throw him off the
like-
train.
Listen, we can still get off the train. But like, my bloodlust has calmed, at least somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, like we can throw him off the train if you want to throw him off the train, but I'm saying
No, the thing is, if nothing matters, then why not
my
just do it?
goodness.
Then why not just do it?
I think if we take care of the problem of the explosion, then things matter now.
Yes.
I would like to eventually get out of this death loop.
Yes.
I don't know if we took care of it though.
We don't know yet. We won't know until midnight.
That's correct.
What time is it now?
Correct. It is probably closer to about 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So yes, for brevity's sake, because you have mostly tied up the loose ends here. You've gotten the gnome saboteur, and you know exactly who Vernon is. And Vernon is a nobleman, and he is not, let's say, prone to doing anything physical in nature. Why he tends to farm it out. For brevity's sake, because you know where he is, let's say you go ahead and confront him. Now, the question is, how do you confront him? Do you go and get the security of the train and do it with the security of the train? Do you do it yourselves and keep yourselves in that car until midnight? How does this look like for you folks?
I would love to also make him into a pinata, but I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, I can cast it twice.
Is it not concentration?
Guys, myself
don't
as a
believe
security
so.
guard and just say, hey, come back here because I have Mask of 1,000 Faces. So,
I mean, if you'd like to, you could also, I think, all just go into his quarters and overpower him at this point. Not to put ideas into your head as a party, but
we don't want to get thrown off the train.
That's true. That's very true.
My other thing is, we don't know, was he the one who had Talou as the security guard? Or am I
No,
misremembering?
Talou is the train's head of security in general.
My
Where's
mistake.
she
Is
been
Talou
this
still
whole
around?
time?
Yeah, she's not doing very.
This is still 4 o'clock, so she's still making sure the other guests are taken care of in terms of their security. And you had the script to get past here, so she wasn't alerted.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, what if I disguise myself as
Two
Talou,
pinatas.
Mhm. Okay.
go in and tell other Vernon, hey, we need to talk to you in the cabin over there, the luggage cart, what have you.
Luggage cart. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make me one deception check, and we'll see how well that works.
But
And I will put the snare right in front of the door, and I will tell Vernon before he leaves, make sure that she comes in first. That way, or other
Yes.
Vernon
Yeah.
comes in first.
Yeah.
So that our Vernon doesn't get
Be like,
snared.
Do
after
like
you.
yeah,
Yes.
after you,
Yeah.
Saya.
Yes.
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10. I mean, that
All
plus the
told,
fact that
yeah.
you look like Tulu already, and he's probably not expecting it from Tulu. I'd say a 10 is not particularly bad. You can see that he's a little wary. But more anything than not, it may or may not actually be about who Tulu is specifically. He might know. So, but as he steps in, he of course, I don't think Snare offers him any chance to see it beforehand. I think it's like an invisible trap.
Successful investigation check.
Oh well, he doesn't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
he would just be making a perception check.
Oh,
So-
no, the creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Ah,
Okay.
shit.
All right,
In order
what's
to break out.
what's the throw, my friend?
14.
Oh no, he does not.
Okay.
Yes. So you catch him and he immediately flies upside down. I'm just gonna knock him down for the time being.
The pinatas!
I'll knock him down too.
And I locked the door behind me.
And you can see that he was in the middle of like thumbing something in his sleeve. And as he flies upwards, he goes, "Oh no!" And does he even keep hold of that? He does not.
Oh, no.
And a small, what looks to be a pistol of some sort that he was hiding up his sleeve, clatters to the ground in front of him.
Wow. This is such a cool machine.
This pinata drops guns instead of candy. Think we ought to take some more and see what else falls out?
Has Tim ever seen a firearm before?
You've seen pictures. Yep.
Okay.
I
Detailed
say,
diagrams and
hold
such.
off on.
The weapon of cowards.
Mm.
I
was
think
going
it's
to make a
neat.
right joke,
I
but
demand to know why I am being held upside down in a cart with ruffians.
Okay, bye.
It's not just us. It's us and your friend. And I point to the other pinata.
And also, yes, who is that unscrupulous-looking gnome in upside down over there?
Well, I feel like
you go to
you shouldn't
contract
sign
with
contracts with people you don't know.
I have no idea. Certainly, there'd be no contracts that would have, for instance, been kept and not burned. Would, as per explicit instructions, and you see him like staring daggers at the upside down gnome, and the upside down looks like, "Oh, buddy's perfect." And he's like,
Yeah.
"He has done
All right.
nothing so far. I cannot be tied to anything
Except the ceiling.
except being upside down. Yes, and I demand to be put down this instant."
And then I pull out the contract that I show him.
The bits and pieces of it. Contract or no,
As
he
you
was
can
not
see here.
able to actually do anything. He was thwarted in the attempt. So
I'm not a lawyer, but I think that's still a crime.
we will agree to
It's a
disagree.
lawyer.
Yeah, well, you
Is-
know, I think maybe we go show this to people higher ups on the train. Maybe intent is enough here.
Oh, does Vernon still look like Tulu?
Yes. Unless Vernon doesn't want to be.
I take off the mask.
Well,
No,
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 I
as
mean,
soon as
it
I-
might be a
as soon
good
as I,
thing
like,
to.
Lock the door.
Oh.
Oh, good point. Good point. So it's back on.
I don't know. Would he even notice? Oh. No, he did not notice.
Whoops.
Yeah.
A little distracted by his inverted state.
Indeed. Okay, so again, for brevity's sake, you have both of the villains in your custody. How would you like to proceed for the next several hours?
Pinata! Not seriously, but I would love to just like threaten them with
We're gonna try and knock
pinatas.
some more guns out of him.
Right. This is mostly, of course, because like there's not a whole lot these two can do at this point. You've disarmed them, you've trapped them. They're there for at least 8 hours. The only thing that can happen is that maybe at some point, Tulu in her regular rounds would attempt to get into this car and realize she can't. So it's up to you.
Push her off the train.
Push her off the train as well.
No.
Ah!
She was powerful.
She was powerful. That's true.
Not
She's
powerful
scary.
enough for the train.
It's true.
The train ghosts.
The
I don't know
train
what you're
gets
gonna
away in the
do.
end.
Kill us?
She jumped off herself. We didn't beat her. She did that.
Yeah,
I think
you
we
were in the
leave 'em
process.
here. We maybe glue that contract back together. We just leave them here and we go hang out with what's his name in the next car.
Yeah, can I cast mending on the
I guess I
contract
could
to
always-
put it back together?
Yeah,
Would
you
that
absolutely
work?
can.
Okay.
Yep.
This is why I didn't want to rip up the contract.
Oh, listen! I thought
I
it
guess
would
I
be
could
a cool
disguise
moment.
myself as the other Vernon.
As the other Vernon, sure.
Yeah.
You want to for some reason. Up to you.
Yeah, to like go back into
Well, I
his
mean, that
into
way
his
she's
car
not
to
like,
be.
hey, what the hell? Why am I on the train
I mean,
in
at
front
some
of me?"
point, like I said, she's probably going to walk into this cart to double check and see two people hanging upside down.
Hey, question.
True.
Can I search Vernon to try and pilfer his valuables? Seems
Oh,
like a
absolutely.
rich
Ooh.
Absolutely.
guy.
Yeah.
I'd like a pilfer check. How do I?
Sure. Go ahead and give me,
Pinata.
I guess, just an investigation at this point because you're not trying to be subtle about it. So,
Pinya. Whack him with a stick.
6.
6. I mean, you find what's immediately obvious on him. He's got rings. He has a cane that has a gold cap on the top of it, and he's got his purse that is on his person.
Nice.
Fuck the rich. I would also like to.
Me too.
And everyone get on this. And Vernon's like, "Hey, come on! This is
Pinya.
preposterous! Hand me, you ruffians!"
That's an 8.
8, nice.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Oh,
I
wow.
rolled a 24.
Jesus. Okay, so
It's because I have little hands. I can get in all the
little
nooks and
hands,
crannies.
yeah. Vernon would find the other wallet, the secret wallet. It has a folded up version of the contract and a couple of extra gold pieces in it as well, just for emergency's sake.
What a hypocrite.
And right. And in addition, Tim, because you're so thorough and you would be looking for this, you find a mechanism on his arm that was originally intended to shoot out the pistol at a moment's notice.
Wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, that's not true, but it is. It's up there. It's pretty cool.
Right.
I remove it,
Um,
and I would like
Yeah.
what I want to do, and I know this might take a while. I want to try and figure out the pistol, and especially with the like arm mechanism, and I want to start figuring out how I can potentially use it.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and give
Little
me an
gnome with
investigation
a
check,
gun.
and you can tell me about it in a moment.
Is she attuned
so-
to the circlet now?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's definitely attuned to the circlet. So Rathgirther, inside the regular a pouch of money, you find a sort of denominations of copper and silver and gold, roughly coming out to about 500 gold or so.
Jeez.
Nice.
And Vernon, you in the secret pouch, you find about another 100 gold and then a couple of diamonds, 2 of them to be exact.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm adding that to my inventory.
What is the like gold worth of those diamonds?
I think they're somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 gold apiece, usually.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dang.
Because at some point, just like meta, at some point I can learn Revivify if we need that.
Right.
So good to hold on to those.
I wonder
mean if
why
we
I would have
die?
given you those. Yes. Oh no. Consequences. So aside from the searching, is there anything else you're attempting to do before midnight?
Well, can I try and search our pinata gnome to see if he
Oh,
has
you
anything
have
else?
all already done that. He is, aside from the clothes he is wearing, he is bone dry.
I steal his clothes. No.
Hey, whoa.
So, but okay, so if we take the gold and then the train blows up, we still have the gold. Will he
Yeah.
also still have the gold? Could we
Yeah,
like
you know
can
what?
we
If
just
the
like
train-
duplicate gold over and over again?
Yeah,
We could become rich.
Listen, I agree with you, yes, but I would prefer to not die again.
How much money would you require to die again?
Also,
Everybody's got a number.
And I for the investigation to fiddle with the arm pistol bit, I rolled an unnatural 20.
Sorry, for
Dirty
the
20.
investigation of the mechanisms.
Yes.
Yes, you absolutely gain a deeper understanding of both of these devices, and you think you could probably construct them now if you wish to.
I'll hold on to them.
Excellent.
Does that mean that I could put them on my dog later?
Listen, we'll talk. If you want to give
Gun
your
dog.
dog a
Gun.
gun,
Hell yes.
I will.
Dog with a
Hell yeah.
Oh my
gun.
God, Tim's turning into DARPA. No, we have to stop this immediately.
Dog with a gun.
Dog with a gun.
The goodest boy.
Yes.
How would we
so-
fire it though?
Voice activated.
With his tail.
Bark activated gun.
You get too
It's
excited,
havoc
it
once a
turns into
squirrel is sighted.
shootout.
Okay, so given that after about an hour or two after you realize that dinner has been had, Toulouse starts her regular stint of walking around the train, and so at some point she is going to start trying to get into this car. How do you folks want to deal with that?
I honestly say we just leave the contract nicely and obviously in the middle of the floor, and we just go somewhere else and just hang out for the rest of the train ride. Maybe just in the engine car, and just because we were intending to be in there originally anyway, that's what the note says. So we just go in there, we vibe away from the common folks, and we just chill in the ghost car.
Why
Yeah,
don't we
we got
just
a
tell
note.
Tulu? We did her job for her.
She'll ask
Oh,
too many
true.
questions.
She kind of kicked my ass last time, and I'm supposed to be the ass kicker here, so I would rather not.
Well, first of all, I don't think we've agreed that you're meant to be the ass kicker here. But surely.
Oh, you think?
you
Oh,
wish-
who do you think it is? It's you?
Yes.
Pull swords
Actually,
out.
it's me.
You want to go?
We doing this?
You want to have a sparring match
Yes,
God.
sparring on the train.
Uh-oh.
with the pinatas going on?
Yeah. It's high stakes pinatas.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to actually do that. We can
Oh,
discuss.
I'll fucking throw down.
You can if you want to.
All right.
Just something to pass the time. Okay.
Okay, but what are we
Let's-
gonna do when Tulu comes in?
Yeah,
not for
no,
nothing.
we
That
should do this not on the train, maybe.
rain check.
I'll
I
kick
see.
your ass out. Brain check. Yeah, I'll kick your ass when we're off the train.
So she says.
I'm gonna take a little bit of gum out of my bag and chew it up a little bit, and then stick it to Vernon's forehead, and then stick the contract to the gum so it's
Oh.
stuck to his face.
Yes.
Perfect. And it goes, oh, the indignity. His bald head is now covered in gum and yeah.
Nice.
All of you probably at this point likely realize that your companion Malders actually has a working relationship with Tulu.
Oh, yes.
I was gonna say I thought it was Emery, but
Nope.
yeah.
Nope, it's me.
I'm mostly
perhaps we can
offering
give
this
all this
information
to
because we go a month between sittings, so it's probably easy to forget. But yes, Malders does know Toulouse, so you could easily just let Malders tell them.
Or we could hide.
Yeah.
How much do they know that I'm
That-
friends with her?
What they have seen specifically in that Toulouse has helped you hide your weapons from the porters, and during the fight, Toulouse specifically was reticent to fight you until it was clear that you were fighting against her.
Right.
Do you want to say something to her, or? I mean, if you two know each other.
I mean, no is a very strong word.
I don't think it is.
It's about to become a triple threat sparring match.
Right?
I mean,
I
you know,
could.
really,
I could
all of us
try.
know her. You could say.
I mean, listen, we've got two options. We just leave her to find the pinatas, or if you want to say something to her, you're more than welcome to. I'm gonna go party in the engine car.
I want to go hang out with Bob.
Okay.
So those
well,
two
they
go to hang out with Bob.
go hang out with Bob. I'll go find Tulu.
What do the rest of you do in the meantime? Mostly Vernon and Rathgother, obviously. Do you also go to the engine car?
Well,
Well,
is the
Party
dining
in
car
the
closed?
engine car.
No, the dining car is quite open.
You know,
My
you know what
gosh.
I'm doing, baby.
Food time.
I am going to take off my toys and maybe try to investigate, see if there's any sign of anything coming on the horizon that may damage the train in a few hours. Because who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a few hours away, and we've just been
Right.
missing it this whole time. It's
Nope.
still been
All of
visible,
you-
know, as giant monsters.
all you see is mist and somewhat changing landscapes and the vortex in front of you.
Okay, in that case, I will follow Rathgurther to the dining car.
I had the feeling that you wouldn't miss out on more
Yes.
foodscapades.
Of course, I need
Um,
to teach them how to make
all right.
pizza.
So, that's right. Maldris, you warn Toulouse of interlopers that you have found without incident, and you come and collect them in the main car, passing by Rathgurther and Vernon, who I assume is eating and or listening to eating sounds with stories interjected at the same time. All is normal. You get to the car, and Toulouse expresses appreciation to you, and offers extra aid from the Zentarum when you reach Waterdeep, for your service to keeping their particular project, which is this chew on the rails.
Okay.
These two are, while they would normally be thrown off, Vernon is quite a high profile person. So instead, she locks the both of them in Vernon's room and makes sure that they cannot climb out the window or anything of that sort. And then she says, I'm going to be keeping these guys company for the rest of the time on the train, so you don't have to worry about it. The two up front have a lovely time with Bob, and as midnight approaches, the vortex at front of the train begins encroaching on the front of it. And as it gets closer to the front, it just dissipates. And you stream out slowly into the Faerunian night. You are now trundling slowly across the plains. You have solved my train puzzle.
Da, 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 da.
Hell yeah.
And given another, I believe it's 3 or 4 days on this train, you will arrive safely in Waterdeep Station.
With 500 gold.
With 500 gold. And you are all now level 3. But now that we are off the train, you will have to spend a long rest to attain it.
Okie doke.
In addition, Twitch chat.
Oh no.
Yes, Twitch chat.
Oh, jeez.
You suddenly become aware of yourselves for the very first time. You are ethereal and clouded, floating in aimless space, watching these 5 adventurers go about their business, and you realize you have some agency. From now on, Twitch chat, whenever a game is played, there will be options inside chat to spend regular points that you get from just watching the show here on goals. These goals will be giving our friends here inspiration on things that they do, which basically means that they get an extra d20 to spend on whatever they'd like, whenever they'd like it to have. However, whenever you give them one of these, I also get an advantage to spend on something.
Oh.
There will be bars ready for you the next time you see, and you'll be able to spend chat points on that. But that, my friends, at the conclusion, as you chug into the station, is where we are going to leave it for today.
Yay!
Woo! Choo choo, as it were.
Indeed. You did it! You beat my module!
Ha
Yay!
I will be ready to answer more questions about it specifically after we take a very short break. We are going to try to get a quick 5 to 10 minute break again, and we'll be right back to do our couch table talk. So don't go anywhere and get your questions ready. We will return
Go.
in moments.